Hey everyone, and welcome to the Super Review Show live on YouTube. Let's get this show underway. My name is the J-Man off to work, and I'm joined by Bill Murphy as normal. We have a star-filled cast for you tonight, and here to list up each other's names. Whoever wants to go first, go right ahead.
Eric,
where you are. There's Eric over there. We have Alex Fodera on the other side of me. We got Mr. Matt Hemsley joining us once again. Justin is once again joining us, and tonight's topic on the Super Review Show is overrated movies. What movies do we think are overrated? Is Endgame overrated? Let's be real, folks.
Okay.
No,
I just want to say a few quick things before we begin.
Bill, take it away.
One, some relationships will be tested tonight.
Literally.
Some friendships will be tested tonight.
Oh, shoot.
Because this is like a fantasy baseball draft.
Oh my
Everyone
God.
has opinions. And I just want to say this. I want to stress this. I said this last week when we talked about overrated TV shows. I think overrated, guys, and you agree or disagree, is like the most misunderstood word. Like when we say overrated, we don't think these movies are necessarily bad. We just think
sometimes that does happen to be the case.
Yeah, true. Some movies we will be talking about tonight are some movies we may genuinely just not like. But overall, some of the movies we're talking about we might like, but we just think they may get a little too much credit than they deserve.
Oh, yeah.
And I just want to stress one thing, guys. This is all, none of this is fact. This is all subjective. This is all strictly opinion. If you agree with us, great. If you disagree with us, fine. And if any of you, and if we think if you think a movie's overrated and we don't, how are we going to judge, Justin? We're just going to sit here and judge silently.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
Right.
Anyway, now that all's been said, everyone, get your fist by your computer in case you need to virtually punch someone.
And get your alcohol ready if you so choose.
Oh, yeah.
So, guys, let us begin. Who wants to go first?
I think Bill should go first.
Okay. I'm
There
going
you
to
go.
start with my
It'll have to punch.
with my one of my most overrated movies. I'm not going to make friends with this one.
Oh, God,
I think the movie Step Brothers is overrated.
No, it is not.
Never
No,
seen it.
That's so good.
Funny.
That
I'd
was
say
such a hilarious movie. Why would you say that?
I like Step Brothers,
I-
but most movies like that, like in that genre, I would agree with you.
Okay, like here's the thing. I don't think it's bad. I think some of it's actually kind of funny, but it's just like, and we kind of talked about this last week, JT, when we were talking about overrated TV shows. It's like when things get too hyped, it ends up killing the movie.
Oh, I completely agree with that
Because
statement.
around a lot of people I was around just constantly quoted that movie.
That's because it was just so good.
And it just gets annoying.
You know what? I'm going to remember what you said about that and save that for later.
Oh, no. Oh, he's going to hold something against me, folks. But yeah, that is my first overrated movie. I think Step Brothers, while funny at times, I think it's overrated. Anybody have anything to counteract that?
I haven't seen it.
I just
Yeah,
think that the
I
scene
really
with the
can't
drum
comment
set
on
is
the movie
funny.
itself because I haven't seen the movie, but I will say this. Will Ferrell's comedy is very formulaic. Like, you know what you're getting yourself into when you're going into a Will Ferrell comedy.
Yeah, it's actually
Um,
funny. Step Brothers is the only Will Ferrell movie I like. Like all the other ones that
For
are
me, it's
popular.
Anchorman.
You didn't like Elf?
For me,
Yeah,
it's
I don't like
Anchorman.
Elf.
What?
Um,
That is
Sorry.
horrible. Oh, my
I
God.
think it is kind of
That's
cool.
such a
And
great movie.
That's more ensemble than Will Ferrell himself. I think that's more because Adam McKay is a good director and he had a great cast than anything else. But yeah, Will Ferrell's comedy has always been hit or miss to me. So Step Brothers, never really had that much interest in. I heard about the drum set scene. Yeah,
I mean, that was come on. That was a real. I thought that was a really funny part. I mean,
The
I thought
80s
that was
Billy
really
Joel
good
band.
part. Yeah.
Okay, who wants to go next? Next victim.
I'll bite.
Oh,
All right.
go ahead.
Ghostbusters,
Ooh.
Which one?
the original, the first one with Bill
How
Murray.
dare you, sir?
Yeah.
Ooh.
How
And his
dare
first
you?
episode on, he's shot down.
No, yeah, the movie is not funny, like, at all. Like, literally the only thing that, like, remotely made me, like, get a chuckle was the Marshmallow Man scene.
Oh yeah.
Stay Puft
Yeah, I
Marshmallow
agree.
Man.
I agree. It wasn't. I didn't think it was that amazing.
Yeah, just, I don't know. I didn't find
Part
it
of the
particularly
charm of
funny.
Ghostbusters
Sure,
isn't
it was
just
good,
the
but I don't think it
action.
was like my top 10, like movies.
Part of the charm of Ghostbusters is it's not just a comedy; it's also a
Educational?
horror movie. It's a child's introduction to horror. It's
Wow. And I
watch
think
that
it failed on
movie.
that front, too.
You just always started a war.
Oh.
You know,
I'm
okay,
sorry.
It's good.
I might dislike
I
it
love
a bit
Ghostbusters.
more than
No, I-
most people because, like, my dad, like, when he first told me about it and he wanted me to watch it, he, like, built it up as, like, this super great film to me. And I think, like, after I didn't enjoy it that much, it just kind of made me dislike it even more. I don't know. I just really never got into it.
Well, I enjoyed it. I like it.
I
Though
like it.
it was probably still better than the all-female remake, which I
Yeah.
did not watch.
Oh, that one. That
Yeah,
was.
we
Let's
can all
not talk
agree on
about
that
it.
one.
We
I don't
don't
wanna see it.
mention that Ixnay on the
Remake, yeah.
2016 Tway.
Get out of here.
Yeah, we're just gonna pretend that movie doesn't exist.
I picked
Oh,
one
yeah.
work.
Right. You have anything else to say,
I
Eric?
apologize if I got a little heated in our exchange.
It's not cool.
It's all good.
Okay. Anyone want to go next?
I mean,
We're all adults
think-
here.
I don't think I'll go next. I think a big one was like the Hobbit franchise.
I've never watched it.
I'll give that to you.
I mean, you can't beat the Lord of the Rings franchise. The Lord of the Rings franchise is still number one on the list. I just didn't really like the story of the Hobbit. I mean, sure, it was interesting. Like it told us what happened before Lord of the Rings, but I didn't think it was that amazing.
So, Bill and I read The Hobbit in
Oh, yeah.
school,
Me too.
and
We did.
I actually am not a big Lord of the Rings fan.
Yeah,
But I do like The Hobbit, the book.
yeah. The book was good. I read the book. I read all the books for the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings.
So when I went into The Hobbit, I just felt it was super bloated. Especially the second two movies.
Yeah.
The first one was pretty much what happened in the books
Yeah,
in super great detail, almost to a fault. And then they just added stuff in the second two movies, and I was like,
that's exactly why. That's why I think it's overrated. The first one, Unexpected Journey, was good, but the last two were just. It made no sense. Some of the parts made no sense.
yeah, it's. I don't know.
Martin Freeman was good though.
Which one?
Martin Freeman as Bilbo. He was
Oh,
good.
he was a good
He was
Bilbo.
an
He was
inspired
great
choice for Bilbo. I'm not gonna
Bilbo.
doubt that, but I'll just say this: I much would have rather seen Guillermo del Toro's vision for The Hobbit than what Peter Jackson did.
Those movies to me are kind of just like guilty pleasures. I can watch them and I can enjoy them, but I also kind of like lower my standard when I watch those movies because I know that there's a ton of problems in them.
They're
Yeah,
background
yeah.
movies.
It's kind of like watching the Star Wars prequels.
Yeah.
Okay, I wouldn't call those background movies, but
Guilty pleasures. I mean,
Guilty pleasures. Everyone has a few.
some for me and some for you.
Exactly.
That's true. Anyone else have anything to say about that?
I haven't seen them, but I can't really speak on the matter. So,
Neither have
Um,
I. So
Yeah.
I think I can go next though.
okay.
So I'm gonna make some enemies on this one.
Oh boy, I'm scared.
Come on, let it out.
Does
Let it
does the
out.
Christmas Story really deserve a 24-hour marathon? I mean, come on. It's okay. But it's not anything special. It's
A standard 80s Christmas movie.
Did you say a Christmas story?
He said a Christmas story.
I completely agree with you.
You know what? I don't think the
I
movie
really like
itself is
Christmas Story.
overrated, but when they play it back to back to back to back to back.
oh my god.
Like, what the hell is wrong with
Like, if
TBS?
on Christmas Eve, they play that like 24 hours.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. It's
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
it's a okay Christmas movie. It's
well, like even the title itself kind of just like encapsulates how like mundane it all is. It's a Christmas story. That's what it is. It's just a Christmas story.
Legit, just a Christmas
It's
story.
not like big or epic or grand and like talking about the true meaning of Christmas or anything like that. It's just there.
the events of one Christmas in the 40s for any city USA kid.
I never saw a Christmas Story.
What?
No, never seen it.
Really?
Not even on
I've
the
only seen
24-hour
bits and
reruns?
pieces.
No.
Wait, have you seen it, Matt? Or?
I've only seen bits and pieces of it.
Okay.
Alex doesn't
you
turn
can
the
always
TV
watch
on
it
on Christmas
Eve
Eve.
for 24
Well,
hours.
There's no real structure to the movie, so you can pretty much say you've seen it and be like, oh yeah, that was part of the movie.
But no, like I think because it maybe brings nostalgia of Christmas for some people because the dad being obsessed with turkey, and I've said this on our Christmas special when we were talking about this, JT.
Plug.
It kind of reminds me of my dad on Thanksgiving, how he's freaking obsessed with turkey and hopes that there's leftover turkey for turkey sandwiches.
Bill,
What?
did you have to have Christmas dinner in a Chinese restaurant and have duck turkey?
Oh boy.
Oh boy. So anyway,
Any other comments on the Christmas Story? Anyone?
well, again, I think it's okay, but does it? I'm with Justin. Do we really need to watch it for 24 hours?
No.
No.
It's a good movie that
Put
people
Elf
love
on
to blow out of
24 hours.
proportion.
I'll watch that.
Yeah,
Exactly,
no,
Eric.
Actually, keep it on. My God.
Like, kind of reminds me of another movie I'll get to when we get back to me. But yeah. So, all right. Hey Matt, why don't you go next?
Yes. My first overrated movie is Pulp Fiction.
Oh,
I think it's a good movie, but it's not amazing. It's not great. I actually think it's Tarantino's worst of the ones I've seen.
What?
I especially don't like the plot with Bruce Willis. I think you could just cut that part out of the movie, and it'll be much better.
Really? Wow.
oh. You were driving us to awkward silence.
Dun, dun, dun,
I
dun.
disagree with everything you said, but I will defend your right to say it.
Ah, Voltaire.
Really? Like, why don't you like the Bruce Willis parts?
I just think there's nothing compelling about it. And I felt like it took out
I think the whole
so much
thing
of
with Zed was pretty compelling. I'm sorry.
Zed's dead.
You don't like the scene where Christopher Walken comes in and he tells the whole story about putting the watch up his ass?
I mean, that scene was pretty good, but
Christopher freaking Walken. How can you not like a scene with
I'll
Christopher
give you
Walken?
that. It starts pretty slow.
It kind of does.
Would you like the movie if Christopher Walken was in it more?
maybe I think
Oh,
it would be better.
so maybe I can agree to an extent, but it never really took me out of the movie.
No.
I just
thought
thought
it
the
was a
stuff
good
with
movie. I
John
thought
Travolta
really-
and Samuel L. Jackson was much better.
Okay, I could give you
once
that. Like
he
they're
loses the watch, it becomes a much better,
much better.
a
Film.
much better sequence.
Yeah.
Because I do agree that it does start out pretty slow. You know, him not taking the dive, running away with the money, all that. But then when he loses the watch, then he gets back in with, you know, Marcellus Wallace, Vincent Vega, and then Zed.
But what about but Matt, you have nothing wrong with the parts with John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson and all that.
No. I mean, I think other Tarantino movies are better. Like I think Reservoir Dogs is better, and Inglourious Bastards.
What's your favorite Tarantino?
Inglourious Bastards.
Oh, I
good
love
one.
those bastards.
That's probably mine too.
I think
I
it's
love
either
that
that or
movie.
Pulp Fiction for me.
It's my most cathartic.
But I think the thing is because Pulp Fiction is like Tarantino's trademark film.
Technically, it's the one who put him on the map. So
Yeah, it is the one that put him on the
Oh,
map.
Yeah.
Reservoir Dogs is.
just saying.
Mm. Pulp Fiction's the one that, kind of.
Made him a household name.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. That's the basis of this conversation. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion.
That's right.
Are they though?
Eric and Justin's mean more because they went to film school. So, as you told me as I came on, Eric.
All right.
All right, JT, it's over to you, my friend.
Overrated. Wow, my first pick. Wow, this is gonna go on for a while. Just letting you guys know.
Okay.
Percy Jackson. Good
Yeah, I
Christ!
agree. I agree. That was
Holy mother of God! This
Is that
franchise
even really,
sucks.
Is that even really overrated though? I feel like a lot of
I
people who
think that
read the
was
book
pretty much
don't like the
universally
movies.
despised.
Like I saw it in theaters. I don't know why, but like, and honestly, I liked it when it came out. And there was a lot of it was one of those like teen movie things because Harry Potter was still out.
Yeah.
Hunger Games was out. A lot of like the teen book read movie things was going on in Hollywood. And sure enough, this was like one of the fit right in there with like the Maze Runner, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Good God. Like aside from Alexandra Daddario being super hot, that's literally the only redeemable thing about the movie. Let's be completely honest. Like,
it wasn't that. It was over.
It's a shame because Logan Lerman's actually not a bad actor.
I know, and I love him as an actor. I really do. I think he's so great. And yet at the same exact time, it's like, oh, well, like, give me a break. I want to point out in the chat board a couple things. I know it's my turn, but people in the chat board, they're commenting saying, I like this movie. I don't like this movie. Thought it was great. Someone said, oh my God. Osborne Owen says to me, it was hyped. He says Percy Jackson was hyped because of the overpopularity of the books. I agree with that, to be honest with
And
you.
the
Like,
fact that it was directed by Chris Columbus, the director.
Harry Potter 1 and 2. Like, and he directed the first 2 Harry Potters, right?
Mhm.
Chris Columbus. So like I like him as a director too, and I think he's actually quite
I like
good.
Chris Columbus as a director.
Yeah. Oh God. Welcome, Asimov. Welcome aboard. Just want to shout out to a good friend of mine who's watching us. I think that, like I said, Percy Jackson overrated. Like, when it came out, it was like so publicity, like it was so like publicized, but it was like everywhere. It's kind of like almost like the same marketing as Green Lantern. When Green Lantern came out, I remember this so clearly. I'm watching a football game one day, and it's like this timeout is brought to you by Green Lantern, coming soon to theaters, whatever. Like it was everywhere, and then like no one went to go see it, and the people who did see it, like they liked it. I thought it was overrated. But that's me. Anyone else opinions? Percy Jackson and the Olympians,
I
Lightning
haven't seen
Thief.
it, so I can't really speak
I
to it.
I didn't like them. I didn't like the movies.
I don't know. I
Uh,
feel like they weren't like saying they're overrated is a bit like, well, because like they were commercially successful, but I don't think the audiences or the critics really particularly liked the movie. Like it's got a 49 on Rotten Tomatoes, and
Are you checking that right now? I'm just wondering.
yeah, and
Okay.
53 from the audience score. I feel like a lot of people, like especially the book readers, didn't like the movie very much.
Oh, I agree with that. Yeah.
here's the
I
thing.
think they were missing a lot of
Purist.
stuff in the book
I can
compared to the movie.
I can confirm on that because I have a friend who's an actress. She sought me out because she was so upset about the live action movies. She wanted to create her own. So
Probably
yeah,
more, to
that'll
be
tell
honest.
you. The Percy Jackson fandom is passionate. And I have read the books, and I can confirm it was a massive slap in the face to the people who are fans of the books.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah.
were missing a lot of stuff in the books, in the movie compared to the books.
Do you think it's maybe more of the purist argument because of the because people love the books so much?
As someone who didn't read the books and did watch both movies, I can tell you, no, they're just pretty mediocre.
Yeah, so the movie only got like the skeleton right, but was like missing like all the major organs that it needed to be the recognizable book.
Yeah.
Like it got names right and it got gods right and like bare basics of scenes with pretty shitty special effects.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Yeah, they were not the best. Yeah.
They weren't amazing.
I'm still thinking about that Minotaur scene.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah.
She was. It looked like she was just like someone just had like clicked on her with a mouse. It was just like shaking.
Yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah.
Okay, anyone got anything else to say about Percy Jackson? Or
It was a
I know that-
terrible movie, and it should be erased from the history books.
An embarrassment to society. Any other comments, questions, concerns on round one of this?
I don't have any concerns.
Justin's having pizza. Love it.
That is a concern. Why didn't you invite me? I want pizza.
Jesus Christ.
Trust me, you don't want this pizza.
is it really that bad?
Why is it Domino's?
No, it's from Maryland.
Oh,
I'll definitely won't be able to get that pizza.
No insult to the great state of Maryland. Okay, should I go next or should we shake it up a little?
We're on round two. So, Bill, you started off, right?
Yeah, I'll start it off.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, my next one, because I got a lot complaint. Quoting the great philosopher Frank Costanza from Seinfeld, I had a lot of problems with these films, and you're gonna hear about them.
Oh,
I wanna
God.
hear
Here we go.
Okay, my next one. Okay, when Justin was talking about A Christmas Story, this kind of reminds me of another thing, how they play it back to back on Christmas. But this one is with Halloween, and I talked about this before on Unpopular Opinions. I think the movie Hocus Pocus is so freaking overrated.
You can't say that to my girlfriend. She would slap you if she heard you say that.
Hey,
Alex, isn't
I
she
agree with
watching
you.
this
I agree
stream?
with you.
I think
It
she's
was
watching us
fair.
live,
thank
Alex.
you. Somebody's on my side.
I agree
Alex,
with
she's
you.
watching us live.
Alex,
Expect a comment or two from her.
No, that is my to Alex's girlfriend. I'm sure you're probably a very nice girl, but I'll tell you this: that's my opinion, and I stand by it.
Oh,
and
God.
here's why. I'm getting into
waiting to see her comment in the chat.
Justin. Guess what time it is?
Yeah, me.
Just oh my freaking God! Like how many times in October do I have to listen to Bette Midler sing "I Put a Spell on You"? Which it's not a bad version, but and Freeform, which used to be ABC Family, as we know. Every year on Halloween, they play like with the Christmas Story. They play it back to back to back to back to back till you want to beat your head on something.
I know, right? I know.
Wait, you agree with me on this one, Alex?
Yes.
Okay, Air 5, Virtual 5. But
There you go.
oh my God, it's just every October, like not just on Halloween, but on Freeform's 31 Nights of Halloween,
Oh.
every year they gotta play it at least 63,000 times.
I'd rather watch Halloween than Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, and you know what the big thing is? It's like how we talked about with Friends last week. It's like if JT, how we talked about with Friends last week, if you insult Friends, you're basically freaking ostracized.
Oh, the fan base would come after you with pitchforks, man.
Absolutely. That's the same with Hocus Pocus. Like people go, Hocus Pocus was my childhood. And you know what?
Casper was my childhood.
And you know what the weirdest thing is? It's usually, and this, I know this might be an unusual pick because these are usually movies that get raved by critics. If you look, and I swear to God, you look, when this movie came out, it got absolutely slammed by critics. Critics hated this movie, but it's kind of gained a cult following. And
Sadly.
every year, damn it, Freeform! Do you have to play something else? Do you have to play? Do you have to play Hocus Pocus on all 31 nights of Halloween? Are you kidding me? Please. Do you have to play it every 5 minutes?
Following is a very fitting term with this movie.
What was that?
I think cult following is a very fitting term with this movie.
Because, again, JT and I talked about this last week with our dear friend Dan when we were talking about shows like Friends on most overrated TV shows. There are certain movies, you attack them, the fan base will come after you like a bunch of rabid dogs.
Speaking of fan bases, the chat board is blowing up right now.
Here comes Sarah.
Okay, so I just Bill, just letting you know. Okay. Osborne Owens in the chat board. Friends is absolute garbage. No regrets. I stand on my ground on that. Okay. Sarah, you have started a war with Bill because Bill has said, she's like, what? Come on, Bill.
Okay, Sarah, maybe in my opinion.
Fire.
He's on fire. Oh.
Okay, maybe I went a little too far.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Actually,
You
no, maybe I
went
didn't.
over the line.
They drew first blood.
What was that, Justin?
They drew first blood.
I'm just stating my opinion, Sarah. I'm just stating my opinion. Could somebody here back me up, please?
Yes. Yeah, babe. That movie sucked. So get over it.
Oh God. All right. Anyways, thank you.
Eric,
And
you said you agree with me. You have anything to say on the matter?
anything else?
No, that's all I can say.
I, for one, welcome our giant ear overlords.
Disney joke.
Oh God. Oh boy. If my other friend was watching, she'd kill us. What's that, Eric? Eric, did you say something or no?
I have nothing to contribute to this conversation. I've never seen Hocus Pocus.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I
That was
saw it,
Alex
like,
talking, not
15
you.
years ago.
I apologize for that one, Eric. I apologize.
Okay, so as you can see, we're getting fired up now.
Frozen,
Okay.
overrated.
Alex,
Come on.
would you
Yes.
like to? Anyone else have anything to contribute before we move on?
This is a great episode.
I mean, no, I think I'm good on this topic.
Okay, what's your next overrated movie?
I
before we
think
die?
like I mean, I don't know if any of you agree with me or not, but I think the newest Star Wars movies, like that new franchise, was just completely overrated. Because they overhyped it and it wasn't it just doesn't look like a really good Star Wars movie. I thought it was all crap, especially the newest one. Force Awakens was good. I liked it, but when they got to Rise of Skywalker, that just took a dump.
Alex Ferrer, you just opened a can of worms with the chat board.
Hey, it distracts me from me shooting myself in the foot.
Eric, take it away.
Episode 8 and on, I can understand why people might not like it. There's a lot of stuff that they do that, yes, it makes sense why some people would get mad at that stuff. Episode 7, though, I will defend that movie to the death.
Yeah, Force
I
Awakens.
think that is a
movie.
legit
Episode
good movie, good Star Wars movie. Literally, the main thing, and it was like the only thing for like the longest time that anyone would say about that movie is it's a bit too similar to A New Hope, which, yes, it is, but movies redo plots all the time. It's not about what they do, it's about the way they do it. And I think Force Awakens did it well.
Yeah, I thought they did it well too. It just those last two movies were just they weren't good.
And I still kind of enjoy episode 8 and 9, and but I can understand if people don't.
See, I will actually defend episode 8. It had some of the coolest shit I've ever seen in a Star Wars movie. That fight sequence in the throne room, the Holdo's maneuver into the Star Destroyers, amazing. Yes, there are some lows, but I think the highs outweigh the lows. Some of the visuals are absolutely stunning.
I just don't like how they brought back Palpatine. I mean, I don't like how they brought him
And there lies the issue. They didn't have a concrete plan all the way through. They were making it up as they went and responding to fan outcry.
Yeah.
They should have stuck with their guts, kept Colin Trevorrow on, and made Duel of the fucking Fates.
It just reminds me of like the worst 4 through 6 like series. I feel like it was like 4 through 6 was good, but they it's like they remade it but made it terrible.
So to Owens, who was talking about Force Awakens and how Rey was able to beat Kylo. So one, Kylo had just been shot by Chewbacca's bowcaster, which they showed earlier was like explosive, and like so he would have been pretty hurt by that. That's the first thing. And the second thing is Snoke, Supreme Leader Snoke in that movie says like at the end of it, it's time to complete Kylo's training. So like his training is not finished. So I would still say that it's plausible that Rey could have beaten him. Plus, she had melee training on Jakku for her early life.
See, I always saw that as her just being very raw, strong in the Force, like just very natural, very raw Force sensitivity.
I get why people are upset about her beating Kylo in that movie, but I still think with the conditions that he was in and that she was in, I think in that moment it was plausible. Like if Kylo hadn't just been shot, if he was at full strength, I think he would have beaten her.
Can I chime in, please?
No.
Okay.
Go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to say this: what you said about about them being 4 through 6 again. I totally agree. I felt like it was just very similar. Like I liked The Force Awakens. I did like.
Oh, me too. Yeah, it was a great movie.
Yeah. Last Jedi I thought was not so good. I thought it was kind of crap, and I will say this about Rise of Skywalker. Rise of Skywalker.
Garbage.
I think the rest of the movie was not so great, but I thought the ending was good. You know why? It ended. Now,
Yeah.
I think
Pretty much.
No, but I think it was a good way to end the story,
Yeah,
the Skywalker franchise. I think that was a good way to end it. So I don't think it was, but I can see why you don't like, because I feel like it's the same thing over and over and over and over.
It's like they remade the first three,
You
first
want
original movies.
You want to know what the movie that actually tried something different was? Last Jedi. People didn't like it.
It's like you can't please the fan base. It's like they either
Why do you think you got Rise of Skywalker then?
you can't.
Hello, why?
It's like you can't please anyone in this fan base. It's like 1 minute it's this is too much the same. We want something different. This is too different. We want the same again.
Well, you know
One
what?
thing that is absolutely inexcusable, though, is attacking all of the actors and the people who worked on the movie and, like,
I agree.
bullying them off of social
That
media and
was
sending them death threats and
inexcusable.
stuff. Like
Like,
that's not acceptable. That's
not
not
acceptable.
Usable.
like the actress for Rose. I forget her
Marie
name, but she was getting so many death threats. She deleted her social media. That's like she didn't write her character. She just acted her out.
That's just like with and I know this is going over something that's totally not overrated, totally not even underrated. The prequels, yeah, we got to bring that up for a sec.
Okay.
But it's
Oh,
like
God.
the guy who played Jar Jar.
Yeah,
He actually got so much bad mail. He actually thought
Same
about
thing.
offing himself.
yeah, it's that kind of stuff is terrible. I don't get it. Why are people not able to dissociate the characters from the actors? They are not the same people.
Agreed. Yeah. So.
All right, who's next?
All right, who wants
I
to go
think
next? I'm done.
we skipped over me. I was supposed to go after
Oh wait, you
Bill.
were supposed to go, Matt. How? I'm sorry.
Well, you
Eric,
see,
go.
Bill was happy I agreed with him, so he wanted me to go after him.
No, I got confused.
Yeah.
I'm happy you agree with me, but I just got confused.
It's fine. We're not really doing this in a particular order. At
We're
least
just
going across like this. So, I have not seen it in a while. So if I were to watch it again, maybe my opinion would be different. But I really don't like Goodfellas.
what?
Oh,
Yeah,
I have to say, I think I somewhat agree with you.
Oh my God,
Dude,
As
you
far
just
as
Oh,
me.
as far as sources
Yeah.
No, Eric, I'm just kidding. You seem like a good guy.
I've never seen
Departed and
Goodfellas.
The
I know.
Irishman are better, in my
You're
opinion.
not allowed to
Okay,
dislike
okay, everyone,
Ghostbusters. You're not allowed to
let
dislike
Eric state his
Goodfellas. I
case.
know. I'm sorry.
Let's let Eric state his case.
Whew.
Go ahead, Eric.
Well, first off, I don't like how it's all talk and no show. It's all tell. Is the narration. It's too much narration. It gets so annoying, and I don't like it. Like, I feel like for so much of the time, like so many points where we could get like meaningful character development, it's just nope, narration.
Okay, I can kind of see what you're getting there, but it's like most of the narration though is actually from the book,
But
which I've actually read.
this is an adaptation to a movie, so I feel like you're supposed to, like
And it's also a true story though too. You got to keep that in mind.
that is also true, and I still just don't find it to be all that engaging. I like Joe Pesci.
Okay, Joe Pesci.
He's great. He's always great. He totally deserved that Oscar.
Yugoslavia. Anyways, go ahead.
Now,
like I'm a clown. I amuse you. I make you laugh. I'm here to fucking amuse you.
now,
go home and get your fucking shine box.
Fucker.
love Joe Pesci. Do not like Robert De Niro in that movie. I thought he was overacting like hell.
I met
Sorry.
Robert De Niro.
I thought he was going way too overboard.
Yeah. First of all, Eric, I want to apologize for flipping out there.
I knew what I was getting into.
Goodfellas is actually one of my favorite movies.
No. Get ready for this one then.
Then
Don't worry. I'm sure my next choice is even going to be worse.
I can't wait. But Matt, you said you kind of agree with Eric.
Yeah, I think I like the movie, but I there was nothing special about it to me, and I think especially compared to other Scorsese movies, like as far as mob movies go, I think The Departed is better, and I think The Irishman is better, and I think The Irishman and Goodfellas are similar stories, but I think The Irishman it was more powerful, and it showed, I think, more clearly the true evil nature of the mob. And weirdly enough,
just to get your point here, I got to watch that again, Matt.
And I was also thinking of, because I only watched Goodfellas the first time like 2 years ago, maybe. And I was thinking of The Wolf of Wall Street when I was watching, because I think they both have similar structures of this man, gets involved in this shady crime stuff, and then he rises and then he falls. And I think The Wolf of Wall Street did it better, more entertaining.
Okay.
I also think that Irishman is better than Goodfellas.
No, I did like The Irishman.
I haven't seen The Irishman yet.
Yeah, it's a good one. You should watch it.
I haven't got around to watching it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also think that The Irishman definitely portrayed the life of the gangster much better. I can't say more accurately, but
Eric, I'm going to say something to you. About a few minutes ago, I wanted to come through the computer and strangle you. Not really. I'm not.
Now you're gonna
Matt
go
and
to his
Justin could
house
tell
and do
you,
it
and
yourself.
JT, I'm harmless. I wouldn't hurt you. But you know what? After hearing your opinions, I disagree with you. But everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind, Bill.
Okay, Justin, you're next, aren't you?
Yep.
All right, Justin, let's hear it.
So, a lot of movies come to mind when someone says the best movie ever made.
Okay, I think I know.
are you about to say what I think you're gonna say?
But does The Godfather really need to be one of them?
I agree with you.
Oh boy. Oh boy. We're here now.
I don't think The Godfather is the best movie ever made. I don't even think The Godfather is the best gangster movie ever made.
Which
I
one?
haven't seen any of the Godfather movies. I've been bad.
Alex.
Shame.
Shame.
Honestly, I thought The Godfather was super
I'm
boring.
Italian.
Yeah.
As am I.
Oh God,
Okay.
this is getting rough.
This is getting rough.
I sort of agree. Okay. I've only seen the movie once, and it was like 6 years ago. And when I first saw it, I didn't like it. But I think I might have just been too young to appreciate it. I think maybe if I watched it again, I'd like it more now. But I don't know. I haven't seen it in so long. I don't remember it as well as I would if I'd seen it more recently.
I haven't watched it in a while, but I think it's a classic. And you know what? The thing is, I remember, Matt, we've had this discussion before. You thought it was super boring. Like, I get it. But it's a story structure. It's like you're seeing Don Corleone's rise and fall. And yeah, but Justin, what do you think of Godfather 2?
You see, I just think that it's the same thing with what you said about how hype will kill a film, and everyone says Godfather is one of the best movies ever made. It tops every list of best movies of all time.
You don't necessarily think it's a bad movie, though, right?
No, I don't think it's a bad movie. I just think
It's a bad movie.
it's a very overhyped movie. Eric doesn't wasn't a fan of Goodfellas. I think it's a better movie than The Godfather.
You know, I'm gonna say
Me too.
this, and I've said this in when JT and I did the gangster movie thing. I will say this: I think with Godfather and Goodfellas is, I think, and I'm sorry I have to repeat an old talking point, but I think The Godfather, when it comes to the mob, is a more romanticized version of being in the mob. It's like a more, they all portray themselves with honor and portray themselves as gentlemen, while Goodfellas, because in the opening scene of The Godfather, when that guy who's talking to Don Corleone says, and Don Corleone goes, "What do you want me to do?" And he goes, "Kill him." And he goes, "I can't do that." But if you look at Goodfellas, I think Goodfellas is a more realistic portrayal of what life is in the mob. That it is more, I think it is more grittier. And, I'll say that. I don't know if you agree with me, not or Justin, but.
It's so there are scenes in The Godfather that I really, really adore.
Okay.
The scene in the Italian restaurant where he kills the cop and the other guy. The intercutting of Don Corleone's baptism with him wiping out all of his enemies. That was great.
That was awesome. That's like one of my favorite parts.
Bill, can you check the chat board when you get a chance? Go ahead, Justin. Keep going.
But the murdering of Sonny, great.
Mm-hmm.
Leave the gun, take the cannoli.
Hey,
Classic.
Yugoslavia. Sorry, anyways.
That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it that really stuck with me.
JT, I think it's your mom in the chat board said The Godfather is.
God damn
religion
it! You had to put it like that.
I had to. Sorry. I
Hey, JT, your mom's in the chat board.
the music was.
I miss Mahoney.
Serious part of our. And the open wedding scene was based on my parents' wedding. Horse's head, and then Asimov Earth says the Goodfellas is more realistic because it was.
The horse's head. That was good too.
Yeah, that was good. No, I love The Godfather too. I love The Godfather, one of my favorites. But whoa, Eric, Justin, you guys are both about to give me a stroke tonight, aren't you? Welcome to today's rousing episode. Let's give Bill a heart attack and a stroke.
But wait, there's more.
Oh God. Okay. Anyone have anything to say on The Godfather?
What's that?
Anyone have anything else to say on this matter? Justin? Matt? You good?
I'm good.
Hi, Mom. I think we're good. I'm replying in the chat board. I'm keeping an eye on the chat board for all of you at home. So.
All right, Matt, you want to go next?
Sure. The next one, it's not a gangster movie, but it is a movie that Robert De Niro is in, and it's Joker. I have the my Joker pin or whatever this is.
Has dispenser.
Yes.
I think I know where you're going with this.
I thought Joker, the whole story was just very cliched, very predictable.
Really?
Man is depressed, and he goes through these violent experiences, and then he becomes a madman. I just thought there was nothing. It was pretty generic. But I did like how the movie had the themes of class conflict and mental illness, and I thought that part of the movie was really unique and well done. But overall, just not that special. And I think Joaquin Phoenix was very good in it, but he was not amazing like so many people said he was, in my opinion.
I mean, I thought he played that role really well. I mean, it wouldn't be my favorite movie, but I think that was a pretty good movie he was in.
Do you think it was his performance was Oscar worthy, Matt?
No, not in my opinion.
Okay. like I liked Joker, but I can kind of see where you're going. It is the cliche, someone descended into madness. Justin, you, because I know you really liked Joker.
I did, but it's also one of those movies I don't like to rewatch.
No, me
For
neither.
obvious reasons.
Me neither. Me freaking neither. I can't.
I actually did try to rewatch it a few months back. It was, yeesh.
It was on like HBO or something. It was playing, and I'm like, I can't.
Yeah, you have to be in that mood. You have to be like, okay. You have to have a very stiff drink at your ready, at your beck and call, and just buckle down and, well, have like Thor Ragnarok on afterwards, and you'll be fine.
Fantastic. But yeah. Alex, you have anything to say on Alex, Eric, JT? Anyone to say?
On Joker?
I like Joker. I think it's a good movie. I do think Phoenix deserved the Oscar for it. I think he did a great job. He did great, not just like in verbal. He was like very physical with the role too, and I think he did a fantastic job in that front too.
You know, I always said to Bill, like, I always saw the Joker with kind of a dance to the step, and Joaquin literally brought that, but he also metaphorically brought that too, in a sense, and also a pain to the Joker I've never really considered before, because I never really considered a Joker where it hurts to laugh.
That was interesting.
That was the way they did his laugh. I think I like that.
It was unsettling and brilliant at the same time.
Yeah.
It reminded me of in Tim Burton's Batman, that line that Jack Nicholson's Joker says where he's like, "I'm only laughing on the outside." Like it's like they took that line and made it this new Joker.
So,
But by the end, he's more like this. You ever hear about the healing power of laughter? Now get out of here!
Oh yeah.
Matt, did you just think he got too much praise, or?
Yeah, I think so too. And I'm not like, it's not totally fair to compare Jokers, but I would put them because they're all different. They're not really playing the same role, but I would put both Heath Ledger and Jack Nicholson above Joaquin Phoenix.
You can see that.
Fair enough.
What about Mark Hamill?
Actually, I haven't seen much of Mark Hamill. I've only seen, I've seen Batman: Mask of the Phantasm, and I've seen like bits and pieces of the animated show, and he also did the voice on Justice League, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
in
I've
the
seen that.
And the Arkham games.
Arkham games.
Oh.
All right, Eddie. Any other comments on Joker?
Society.
All right, JT. Was that-
JT, you're up.
JT, you're up.
Star Wars. No, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
Already
kidding.
covered Star Wars. Something else.
No, the original trilogy sucks. No, I'm kidding. Start a war there. Oh my God. Wow. I'm gonna cluster 3 movies in here that I fucking hate. Where to begin? I don't know. Let's begin with Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises. Overrated beyond belief. Come at me.
You know what you win for that one, JT?
Well, everybody!
You win awkward silence.
I loved Christian Bale as a Batman.
Okay.
me
Let me. Can I explain what parts I think are overrated?
Go ahead.
The fighting is a joke.
I mean, yeah, I could see what you're saying.
50 edits and 30 different camera angles and Dude, he's like fucking Conan the Barbarian for all I know. Like, come on, like, give me a break.
You know, how you ever see the videos people would make on The Last Jedi where they break down the throne room scene, and like while it looks cool if you just like watching it on the surface, when you really like get down and look at it more closely, it's actually not a very good fight.
Please don't remind me. I want to remember.
Okay, there is a point here. A lot of the fights in those movies, especially Dark Knight Rises, are the same way. If you look closely in a lot of those fights, there are constantly like goons that Batman is fighting that he's not hitting them and they're just falling down on their own.
I know, like, what? And look, this is why I said from day one, when despite whatever you may think about Batman versus Superman, the Batman we got in Batman versus Superman was the best physical, like, incarnation I will ever see of Batman, in my opinion. I'm curious to see what Robert Pattinson does, because that trailer made me go haywire ballistic.
Yeah, that looked amazing.
That
was really good.
I'm curious to see where they go for that. But at the same time, like Christian Bale, as much as I adore him and I love him as an actor, I cannot stand his Batman fighting. The movies were very good, but I think that the one weakest thing in the aspect of it was the fighting.
The one thing I don't like about Batman versus Superman is I really don't like the Batman suit. I like the Dark Knight Batman suit compared to that one. I think with the Dark Knight, it's like a more, like darker suit. It's like a more mysterious and more.
Well, you know the story behind that, right? The Dark Knight. I don't know, the Dark Knight Rises. The Batman versus Superman costume actually was legit ripped right out of The Dark Knight Returns, which is what the story was based on. That graphic novel, that armor that he's wearing is like ripped right out of the comic book. I'm not kidding.
Gotcha.
So I know, like, the Christian Bale one, like that suit was very like like real life as you could get type of thing, and like the modern context, modern setting of that Batman. But like, but with what Ben Affleck and Snyder were going for, that suit is the reason. I can go like off on this. Really, forgive me. But like that Batman suit is ripped right out of the graphic novel, The Dark Knight Returns, which is what the movie was initially based on to start with. So,
yeah. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, go ahead. But yeah, like the Dark Knight trilogy, overhyped and overrated in my humble opinion.
Yeah, way to be humble, JT.
LOL.
Yeah, but no, I think I will say this, but hey, on plenty of our list, you actually called The Dark Knight one of the best movie endings.
Oh no, I will always stand by that. The ending of not The Dark Knight Rises, the ending of The Dark Knight is one of the best endings I've ever seen in any movie.
Yeah, the ending where Batman murders Two-Face and then no one acknowledges it.
That's right. But like, for real though, like they had I'm trying to think, the final dialogue of The Dark Knight from 2008, and the way that Gary Oldman, Commissioner Gordon's like just talking to his son, like he's got to run. Why does he have to run, Dad? Because we need to, like, a watchful protector, a Dark Knight, ending the film.
Yeah, well, I think the film
could not end better.
I actually disagree.
Oh boy, here we go.
I'll make this fast. I'm gonna make this quick and painless.
Yes, please
before
make
I
it
go
quick.
on to my next overrated one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here's how I think it should have ended. Now, okay, everyone here has seen The Dark Knight, right?
Yep.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah.
Okay, this is how I think it should have ended. Finish the stuff with the Joker, then the Harvey Dent stuff, because I felt like he was just kind of shoehorned in at the end. This is how I think it should have ended. Go into the hospital room. Don't show Harvey's face. The doctors are removing the bandages. They, again, don't show the face. They look horrified. He looks horrified. Harvey takes a gun, shoots him, roll credits, and then set up for the next movie.
Yeah, I do agree, because Two-Face, I feel like he was only in it for a little bit. I think he should have been in it more. I think he should have been in it more.
Yeah, because I heard Nolan originally didn't want to do a sequel after that, so maybe that's why.
I don't think that ending would work with The Dark Knight, because
no,
the Joker's and Two-Face's story, they like go together. Like, part of Two-Face's creation is the scene with him and the Joker in the hospital. So if Two-Face were to have not like become part until the end of the movie, you'd have to end it differently. You have to make like the whole last like 45 minutes different, not just the ending.
And I'll say this. I used to be on you guys' side with that Two-Face thing. Until I started looking at the movie from a different point of view. I stopped looking at it as a Batman movie. And instead, I looked at it as a Harvey Dent movie.
Yeah.
And as a Harvey Dent movie, it works perfectly. This was Harvey Dent's movie.
Was.
And it was the rise and fall.
I've heard that argument before.
Two-Face.
Justin, just to chime in, I've heard that argument before from a friend of mine who like preaches like he's a big film nut as well. I gotta have him on sometime. But the reality was that he said that The Dark Knight is not a Batman movie; it's a cop movie. If you really think about it, what you said is correct, but I'm just going one step forward.
The Michael Mann movie with Batman, basically.
Yeah, literally, it's a cop movie with Batman in it. That's all it is.
There's a YouTube video out there where it basically compares the bank robbery scene from Dark Knight to the bank robbery scene in Heat. It's eerily similar.
All right.
Okay, can I move on to my next one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
As we're on the theme of Christopher Nolan,
Oh boy, here we go.
I've only seen this movie once. Maybe I need to watch it again. I think Inception is overrated.
Thank God.
Damn it! I was
I
hoping
agree.
you were talking about Memento.
Why?
I've never seen Inception.
That movie is so boring.
What, Memento or
Memento.
Well, why did you talk about that when we get to you?
Oh no! I have a different one.
Okay, it's become the Nolan Bash Fest, hasn't it? It's just listen. I think the idea is interesting. The idea is very interesting. But when I just saw it again, I've only seen it a couple years ago. Maybe I need to give it another view. But I just can't. People are like, oh, this is so deep, and I'm like, no, I just
Not
found
deep.
this movie weird, and I found it confusing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's how I felt too.
and they just found it, the scene when they're falling off into the waters, and you know what actually did that whole dream within a dream thing better? The South Park episode that was parodied in the Inception did it better. It's a dream within a dream within a dream within a dream. And go, provide the effects for me. And the guy in the back while he's talking, you've seen that episode too, Alex.
Yep, I've
He's
seen a
going,
little bit of South Park.
and the guy's like explaining it, and here's what's going on, and the guy in the background goes, whoosh, whoosh, and he's like doing all these effects while he's talking. I'm like, that was actually more entertaining than the actual film. But I just, and like, listen, no disrespect to Leonardo DiCaprio, but it's just, I think it was just trying to be something big, deep, and complex. I hate movies that try to be big, deep, and complex.
So you hate all Christopher Nolan movies?
Not all of them. Some of them. You just heard me say I love The Dark Knight. It's like one of my favorite movies. But it's just, I just found this movie again, maybe I need to give it another view. I just found this movie very pretentious. Okay, I'm going to open the floor. What do you guys think of Inception if you've seen it?
I've never seen it. I have no idea what the hell you guys are talking about.
It's been a while, but I liked it when I saw it. I thought it was really good.
Cabbage.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters, and I kind of agree with you, Bill, but I haven't watched it since. So
While I do think that Nolan is pretty overrated as a director, one thing I do always appreciate about him is his approach to visual effects, and they're fantastic in Inception.
Yeah,
Like the
visual effects are good.
Like the spinning hallway fight, that was incredible. Because it was real. It was actually a hallway that was actually spinning.
I'm gonna say, Bill, I I knew you were going to pick a Nolan movie. I just didn't know whether it was going to be Inception or Dunkirk.
Hey, don't spoil the next one.
You
Now I have to pick something else the next time. Thanks, Justin.
have 5 turns to think about it.
One.
Thanks, Justin. Now I have to think about something else. Okay. So yeah, I think Inception is yeah.
I would have
overrated.
to. I would have to see that movie to have an opinion about it because I have no idea what the heck that movie's about.
It's about dreams.
All right. Everyone have anything else to say, or can we move on? All right, Eric, your turn.
Oh, this time you can go.
Well, this is also not just one movie, but it's a whole franchise, except this is the entire franchise and not just 3 movies that are in it. Mad fucking Max.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it, so I can't.
Wow.
I hate all of them. They all are terrible movies.
You don't like the video games either?
Never played them.
Alex out of nowhere. Like the video games too.
I've seen all of them and I hate all of them
Wow.
Why'd you watch them?
Okay.
because I, in my ignorance, was thinking that maybe, just maybe, this one will be good. Maybe this one will be good.
After
No.
the third movie, you would think, "Oh, why? I should probably stop watching."
Well,
Here's the thing. If
Oh.
you weren't on board by Road Warrior, you're never going to be on board.
well, see,
Yeah.
the real problem is I watched them out of order. Except it's not the real problem because it's not like they're really connected to each other much.
It really-
I watched the first one first, then I saw Fury Road, then Road Warrior, then Thunderdome.
well, Thunderdome's the worst one anyway. So.
I actually think Road Warrior is the worst one.
The games are pretty bad too.
I only seen Fury Road. I think it's a visual marvel to look at.
And that's all it is.
But you know what? I'm a sucker for great visual storytelling. And you know what? I liked what I was seeing.
I just feel like with Fury Road, I feel like they just gave up on trying to tell stories. It's like the first 3 movies were about, they had a plot. There were something that was actually going on like in the world. The 4th movie, it's just run away from these people and then go right back to them. And it's all eye candy. It's all just cool looking special effects. Guys playing an electric guitar on top of a big truck with flames shooting out of it, with big subwoofers in the back.
It's
Like-
an awesome movie.
Like it's just kind of ridiculous. Like the scene where they go into the giant sandstorm and they just all somehow survive. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it requires a massive amount of suspension of disbelief. Massive.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think those movies are
Up for it.
like, unlike what we were talking about before, where like a lot of the movies that we're talking about that we think are overrated, they're not necessarily bad. These movies, I do think they're bad. I think they're all bad movies.
See,
Yeah.
but here's the thing. At least Mad Max does not insult your intelligence. My next pick, in my humble opinion, does.
Let's hear it.
Let's talk about Avatar, guys.
James Cameron, Avatar.
I thought
Yeah.
that was a great movie overall.
I've only seen parts of it, but
Come on, movie, man.
Unfortunately, current highest grossing movie of all time. It got re-released in China and surpassed Endgame.
damn it, James Cameron.
Mother.
They did that out of spite.
The,
I think it was actually banned in China when it first got released.
I don't know. I gotta look that up.
Yeah, I gotta look that up. Google, it exists. Plug for Google.
this movie is just it's a white savior movie with a horrifically named MacGuffin called Unobtainium. I mean, come on.
I mean but I mean, I think the special effects were well done. It was a really well done movie. The story was a well done movie. Well
You
done.
know what I would compare this movie to, folks?
Dancing with Wolves.
Pocahontas? Fern Gully?
No,
The
it's like,
the 90 other movies that have the same plot.
this movie. It's like that girl you had a thing for in high school who is like super attractive, but once you talk to her, she has like the personality of a paper bag.
I hate that.
Like that's this movie. It's all style, no substance.
Sounds like most of my life.
Whatever.
Derivative. It's
I don't know. I'm a sucker for James Cameron. I love.
He
like,
is very good. I like him. Too.
Look, Terminator 2 is one of my favorite action movies out there.
Let's go.
I love his action movies, but this just did not. It touched all the wrong chords on me.
I just
It did not come out right.
I've always just appreciated about him that like he like watching his movies never feels like a waste. Like anytime I finish watching one of his movies, it's like I'm not the same as when I started it. That's what I always feel like I've found something new when I watch a James Cameron movie. And that's the exact same with Avatar.
That touched me. That really touched me.
Touched you.
But,
I
you know,
thought Avatar, it looked cool, but it just was super boring and way too long. And
I didn't think
I
it
think
was
it's crazy
long.
that
Also, not a fan of Sam Worthington.
He's
12
hit or
hours
miss.
long.
He's not that great of an actor. I'm not a fan of the whole liar reveal thing. That's such a tired trope, in my opinion, and it
Oh.
took up like 40 minutes of the runtime of him making up to the blue people.
Navi.
Sure. Blue means whatever.
Unbelievable. I'm just checking the box office mojo stuff. Literally, it has $1 million more than Endgame.
Yeah, and
Wow.
guess what? I just
Million?
looked it up.
$1 million.
Oh my god.
It's like hold on. Okay, this is Avengers Endgame worldwide lifetime box office gross. I just have to point this out. $2.797 billion. Keep that in mind. What did fucking James Cameron do? $2.841 billion. Like this fucking guy really released in China. Oh, we know that we're gonna reclaim the crown. Fuck off, man.
Yeah, I think he just did that out of spite.
I love James Cameron to death, but really, you gotta like reclaim your throne. It wasn't even there. Like Titanic's up there too, but whatever.
Before we go to Alex, I just want to say I just looked it up and that's ironic how they re-released the film in China because I just looked this up. Yay, Google.
Yeah.
In 2010, Avatar was actually banned in China for a fear of popular revolt. Don't ask for any reasoning behind it.
What?
No. It's China. Don't ask for any
That
reasoning.
they're already dealing with that right now. They're probably figuring, what harm can it do now?
Yeah.
Just make James Cameron richer.
It's like with James Cameron movies, it's like I don't always like Christopher Nolan movies because I feel like he's trying too hard to be big and epic. James Cameron his movies are big and epic. But it doesn't feel like he's trying too hard to make them big and epic. They just are.
You're epic.
So, okay, next we skipped over him. Alex, what's your next one?
Some of you might agree with me, some of you might hate me. I don't know, but a big movie I find overrated was Toy Story 4. I think it was just. I don't know why they would make another one. I thought it ended
I
well
agree.
with Toy Story 3. I mean, it ended perfectly. All the toys was
Agreed.
donated by Andy to that little girl. I didn't think they needed to make a fourth one. I thought it ended perfect. I think there was no need for a fourth one.
Bill, give him a virtual high five.
Virtual high five.
Yeah, thank you.
But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily. I'm going to chime in here. I wouldn't necessarily say it was overrated, but because I think it just didn't need to be made.
No, I didn't.
Because again, the third one it ended everything perfectly.
It kind of annoys me that the movie didn't just straight up suck, because like I kind of just wish it did, because then I could just not feel conflicted about it at all. Because yeah, it's not really a bad movie,
It
but
wasn't bad.
I really just wish that they just stuck with 3, and now they're making a Buzz
Exactly.
Lightyear spinoff.
They
Well,
kind of already did though. The Buzz Lightyear of Star Command.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're doing it again.
Because
Star Command 2.
Because here's my thing with Toy Story 4. I feel like they just really dumbed down Buzz Lightyear.
Yes, they definitely.
They dumbed him down. The inner voice says, I'm like, oh my God, where was the one from the other 3? He was such a badass, and now he's this. Shame on you, Pixar. Shame on you. But it's okay. That and also, but I will say this, and I've said this statement many times before. I feel like Toy Story, the franchise itself, is like based on the lives of the people who've watched it. Like the first one is when you're young and you're playing with your toys. Second one is when you're starting to grow up and maybe you got to give some away. And the third one is you go away to college and you grow up. And like the fourth one, because it's like different.
Like it kind of restarted the franchise.
The fourth one, I can see in a way that it kind of shows like different stages in life. Like for instance, I would say that Woody is like that mom who puts herself on your leg in college on college move-in day freshman year, who doesn't want you to leave. Bo Peep is basically like the divorced empty nester who's basically like, hey, no spouse, my kids are moved out, I can enjoy my life now.
Yeah.
And I feel like the baby doll who really wants an owner, it's kind of like someone, it kind of reminds me of like a woman who really wants kids but is like infertile or something like that and can't have them. So I kind of remind, which is interesting, but I do agree it just didn't need to be made. It just didn't need to be made.
When they inevitably make Toy Story 5, who are we following, Woody or Buzz?
Probably Buzz.
Probably Buzz because Woody's gone. Spoilers for those who haven't seen it.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was necessarily a bad movie. It just
Didn't need to be made.
it didn't feel like a Toy Story movie.
it feels misleading to call it Toy Story 4, because really it should just be called Woody.
And Porky.
Like pretty much all the other toys, like the main ones, except for Buzz, they don't really do much in the movie. They just kind of sit in that RV the whole time.
Yeah.
It should have been called Sitting, the movie.
Yeah, you didn't really see that much of Buzz. You pretty much only saw Woody trying to save what's his name? The spork.
Forky.
Forky, yeah.
Yeah, like I remember after Don Rickles died, they were making a big deal of how they used like old audio from him to like replace what his lines would have been, and I was like, wow, that's really cool that they did that. And no, he has like 3 lines in the movie
No,
because he has nothing.
I just think that's straight up lazy. Either recast him or just take his character out.
Well, it kind of just goes to show you the side characters pretty much had the side characters that we know from the other movies had like nothing to do.
Just sit in the RV for an hour.
Yeah. You didn't see that much action. You only saw pretty much Woody. Like you said, it should be called just Woody.
Woody. The movie.
The Life of Woody. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember I watched it and
After
just completely
Toy
forgot about it.
Role in Toy Story 4 like Cyborg did in Justice League. And they just cut it all out when he died.
Maybe there's a Snyder cut of Toy Story 4.
Release the potato cut.
Release the potato cut. We want it. Okay.
Someone start a hashtag right now. The potato cut of
we
Toy
want
Story
the
4.
potato cut of Toy Story 4.
You know, we're gonna do that right now. Here we go.
This is becoming a thing, folks. Okay. Anyone got anything else to say on that?
I think we're good.
All right, Matt, your next one, my friend.
My next one is A Star Wars Born, the most recent remake.
With
I haven't
Lady
seen
Gaga.
it.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Me neither.
Don't really want to see it.
Yeah, neither do I.
It's-
Yeah, I don't think you're
Lady
missing
Gaga
much,
with that makeup.
but
So
a lot of
are-
other people thought it was great.
Are you the only one who's seen it here?
It seems like it.
I like it.
JT, have you seen it?
Which one are we talking
A
about?
Star Is Born.
Oh, I started watching. I didn't finish it. So I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah, I thought that the romance between Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga, there was no reason for it. It didn't work. I don't want to spoil it, but I didn't like the ending. And I didn't even think the music was that great, which is what most people loved about it. Like the song "Shallow," it's okay.
I'm
I don't think
on the
that's what
deep end. Sorry.
Gone on the radio so many times. I started.
I think that song is just way overplayed.
I kept hearing it like every day at the same time. Every time
It was number one on the Billboard Hot 100. So
Seriously.
yeah, I'm not kidding. It actually reached number one. That's why I got so much airplay.
God help us all.
So I'm just letting you know, really quick. We want a potato cut of Toy Story 4, just like DC fans got the Snyder cut. It's on Twitter. You're welcome.
Oh my God. We want the potato cut. But no, I've only seen parts of it, Matt, and my brother said he kind of liked it, but did you think it was bad, or did you just think it got
It was decent. It was okay.
Potato cut.
I wouldn't say it was bad.
Well, Lady Gaga won an Oscar, so good for her, I guess.
I will say, I thought she was pretty. I mean, I know you said it was overrated. I thought she was pretty. I think she is very talented, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, she is, and she is very good in the movie.
really
but-
talented, but I don't think she should be an actor. I think she should just stick to singing.
Bad romance.
So
Dress up in that crazy outfit and that crazy makeup.
JD, over to you.
Oh boy. So
You're again already? Jeez.
I know, right? Like we're flying by. It's been like an hour and 20 minutes.
Hey,
Wow.
we're having fun.
Yeah, let's keep going till midnight. Anyways, so
Tomorrow, so hey, let's do it.
let's do it. I don't care, but let's see. So I know Alex started to touch on this before, but I can honestly tell you that I have seen them when they were on TV. So me saying I haven't seen them, that's a lie, because I've seen them. But I'm gonna do another trilogy. You all think I'm gonna crazy, but like, I just think that, to be honest, and so I'm
Get the baseball bats ready, folks.
Get them ready.
My
Lord of
bad.
the Rings.
I don't
Put the guitar down. Like and partly, I found the Lord of the Rings to be completely Alex. What the hell is that? Like I found Lord of the Rings. I could not get into it, and I could probably because like I
Because you
watched
have a short attention span.
well.
How could you do that? How could you?
No, like I watched them on, I think it was TNT or whatever it was on, one like for a whole day. They had a marathon, and I watched them, and I was like, I already knew the existing hype. I knew like, oh my God, these movies are great, man. Like I just could not, like, could not get into them. Maybe that's why I think they're overrated. But I think this goes back to me, Bill and I's conversation not too long ago about friends or not just friends, but fan bases for certain films, TV shows, albums, artists, etc. This goes to show you that just because a fan base has a huge, like, oh my God, dude, the way that like Viggo Mortensen, like, come on, literally. To me, it was just a lot of mesh, like 2002 CG. I couldn't really get into it because like it was just like the trees, the Frodo, and like the hell. I found it to, and I think I'm calling it overrated, not because I didn't like it. I found it like okay, to be honest with you. It was not like this like 10 out of 10. Like people are like, oh my, on IMDb, you go look up, like it literally has like 1,000 10 out of 10s. It's one of the highest grossing. Like I get it, I understand it has success.
And a best picture win.
And
11 Oscars, Return of the King.
I know, and it won Best Picture. And I will acknowledge that it got all that. For me personally, I just could not get into it. And I think the fan base, excluding you guys, but they just over like hype. And they're like, so like, well, if you haven't read the books, like literally calm your tits. Like, I'm sorry, but like literally it annoys me when certain fan bases like, well, you haven't read this like issue or this part of like, it drives me nuts. Literally, I'm judging it on the actual film, and the actual film to me, I thought was okay. That's why I think the fan base is overrated for Lord of the Rings. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I think Lord of the Rings was. I still like the films, to be honest with you, but like a low like. I didn't like love them. Like they weren't like what I thought they would be, to be completely honest. But I think what caused me to say that they're overrated is the fan base of these films that are like over almost 20 years old now. So,
but JT, like I know you say you don't like it, but what do you not like about it? Is it like you don't like the CGI? You don't like the combat? Do you like? I think because I could look it up right now, but like I don't really want to. But like the runtime of what the first one is, 2 hours and 55 minutes. Yeah, it was roughly
Peter
like
Jackson and all his movies are like 36 hours long.
So like the first one I think is almost 3 hours. The second one is almost 3 hours.
The director's cut is like 4 hours.
I know, and Return of the King's director's cut's like literally 4 hours. I to me that's like, holy shit, I really do not want to watch that. I'll watch the regular theatrical cuts, but like, you know what I mean? Like, to me, they're just overhyped. They're a little bit overrated. I cannot get into them either. And you know what I mean? For Christ's sake, I made the super review show on nerd geek topics left and right, and I just can't get into it. All right. Like, I'm sorry to all the people who watch, but like, I just can't. Tell me why I'm right and wrong. Anyone?
I cannot agree with you about the special effects. They were revolutionary, and they still hold up today. Very much because they didn't over rely on CG, and they had a nice balanced blend with practical effects, like a lot of the orcs.
Yes, I agree with that. Yeah.
And makeup. Like, you notice, you go watch The Hobbit, you look at the orcs in those movies, they look like crap.
Yeah, they look CGI, but when you look at Lord of the Rings, it works. It looks great, especially the first movie for the orcs, the Uruk-hai. The Uruk-hai look great.
Yeah. Like, anyone else? Matt, Bill, Justin, right?
I haven't seen it, so I can't judge.
Okay.
You haven't seen Lord? Wow.
The only thing I did notice, like if you compare like The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, if you look at Legolas, like he had more, like in The Hobbit, there was a lot more parkour. You see a lot more flips. You see a lot more jumps. You see a lot more of, everything. But I know like the Lord of the Rings is still early in years. It's like still early 2000s, but like I still think action and the fighting and the special effects and the, parkour was still pretty good for an early movie.
I mean, yeah, Legolas like is scaling the giant elephant, and he's like doing all those flips and sliding down its trunk. So they didn't really sleep on him there, I would say.
No.
Yeah. So I mean, Justin, Bill, anyone?
I haven't seen it, so I can't.
Yeah, I've seen the first two. I'm pretty much in your camp. I think they're okay.
Yeah, I mean, like I feel like the hype just like over, like, because I knew I had the hype going into it, and like, all right, I'm gonna sit through like the whole day just watching these 3 movies, whatever, right? And like the hype, I knew about the hype ahead of time. Like, oh my god, like Bilbo Baggins, and like whatever, like all this stuff. I'm like, I'm watching this. I'm like, it's okay. It's not great. It's okay. I mean, Justin. I mean, I didn't mean to cut you off. Like, you see what I'm saying there?
Yeah, no, I got you.
Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed seeing JT have an aneurysm this evening.
Oh my god, I loved it.
I was so mad.
Okay, so okay. Anyone else got anything to say on that, or
any other comments? By the way, so letting you guys know, that was our 3rd round of that.
do you guys want to go 1 more round, 2 more rounds? What do you guys want to do?
It's up to you guys. I mean, like I hate saying this live, and I know I'm going to put this on Spotify, but literally, we can go as long as you guys want.
What do you guys want to do? 1 more round, 2 more rounds?
So, like at least 3 more rounds. I mean, like I said, it's only 10:30. I mean,
The night is young.
I don't have anything to do tomorrow, so
I mean,
I don't know.
I got the Yankee game to watch tomorrow, and I got probably an opening day live stream to do.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but yeah, I know it's off topic. But me and a couple of my friends are trying to get tickets to the Yankees Astros game in May.
Oh, nice.
I was able to get them, a couple of them, but for some
Oh, you got
reason-
them. Good.
Yeah,
But,
for some reason they closed the ticket sales
because of capacity issues, so they might
Whatever.
before I start, I just want to say because they are limiting capacity because of say it with me, folks.
Thanks, COVID. I made that a shirt, just letting you know. It's on our Super Review Show
It's in
store
sale
website.
now. I saw it. It looks fantastic.
For real. You plug for our Super Review Show store.
Yeah.
Gonna have to include the release of Potato Cut into that too.
Thanks, COVID.
With a free copy of Disney Pixar's Toy Story 4, The Potato Cut. All right, so let's go a couple more rounds, shall we? So, Bill, you
Okay.
want to start us off?
Oh yeah, I'm starting us off first.
You started first, right? Okay, go ahead.
So here's where we're going back to our favorite target. We're going back to Christopher Nolan, folks.
Our favorite target.
Jeez, the amount of Christopher Nolan that's being said on this show, you'd think we don't like him.
Nah, I'm kidding, folks.
No.
Okay. Another one of the overrated movies, and Justin knew this was coming.
Thank you for the spoiler alert,
Justin.
I'm sorry.
Dunkirk.
I saw it. It's not amazing. I mean, it's slow.
Because people were like piping this up, like, this is the greatest World War II movie since Saving Private Ryan.
Not even close.
People were having a freaking. Okay, we're all adults here, right?
I mean, on a weekday, yeah. Well, okay, it's a weekday, so yeah. So yeah,
On a
We're having
weekday.
a freaking orgasm over this movie.
I mean, I think it's pretty interesting to watch, especially since Nolan, who relies very heavily on dialogue, especially like philosophical exposition, so restrained in a movie where there's not much talking at all. So I thought that was very interesting about the movie. And, you know, all three of these stories were compelling.
Yeah, no, there were some compelling characters, but I just thought overall the waiting, I just thought it was kind of boring. Maybe it's another type of World War II movie. Like again, like I said about Inception, maybe I need to give it another watch, but I just found like it's just sitting around and waiting and waiting and waiting. It's like, and it's really not that long in reality. But have you guys?
Uncomfortable, isn't it?
What'd you say?
It's uncomfortable, right?
Yeah. Okay.
That's the point.
But like, you know what it is? It's like, has anyone, show of hands, has anyone ever seen any of those movies that are maybe like 2.5, maybe even 3 hours long, but they don't feel that long? And has anyone?
Yeah, some of them.
Has anyone ever seen a movie that's the total opposite? That's only like an hour and a half, barely 2 hours long, but it feels like it's like freaking 4 hours long. That's how I feel about Dunkirk. It's not even, I don't think it's even 2 hours. But it feels like it's freaking 4 hours long. You know, I don't know. Maybe I just need to give it another view.
Oh,
No,
Bill,
I
you're
can
getting
see-
hate. You're getting hate in the chat board.
Dunkirk was an excellent film. It was okay. You know what, Asm? Maybe I need to give it another view. Maybe I need to give it another watch.
Good.
Okay, can anyone here back me up and say I'm not crazy?
Never saw it.
I can't.
I
I
never
haven't seen
saw
it.
Okay, so I'm alone on this one, huh?
Into a corner.
Listen, maybe I just need to give it. Maybe I'll give it another watch.
Bill, if it makes you feel any better, the main reason I didn't see it is because I didn't think I would like it.
Yeah, but they were. Maybe I can appreciate what Nolan was trying to do. Maybe it wasn't just all like shoot 'em up like what you see in films like Saving Private Ryan. But Yeah, that's my thing. I think Dunkirk was just. I think people were just. Oh, it's so great. Come at me, bro. Okay. All right. Alex.
Hey,
Eric.
What is wrong with you?
Okay,
not
you know,
doing this
anyone
again.
who wants to go next can go.
we're not doing that again.
Screw taking
All right.
turns.
Okay, we're
All right.
done taking turns. Rules have been thrown out the window.
We will return to the realm of animation for this one.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Big Hero 6.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
I felt the
I
heart
haven't
shatter
seen it.
somewhere.
I will hear
I
what you
haven't
have
seen
to
it.
say.
That is the most predictable movie I have ever seen. Like, beat for beat, you could tell exactly what was going to happen. The second I saw Baymax, I was like, oh, gee, I wonder if this guy is going to make it to the end of the movie without dying. Oh, big shocker. He doesn't. Wah, wah.
It's also made for ages 6 to 10.
That's no excuse. Animation should be held to the same standard as live action. It is not solely for kids.
Shots fired, Disney.
You're very passionate on this one, Eric, aren't you?
I took a couple of animation classes in college. We watched quite a few movies. It may have raised my standard for animation, and we did talk a lot about, is animation just for kids? No,
Yes.
I don't think it is.
I'm kidding.
I agree with Eric. Animation isn't just for kids.
Yeah, that movie just annoyed me. Like, all the characters, like all the college students that he meets, I feel like they were all just quirky for the sake of being quirky. And all the plot beats were very obvious. Like, it was extremely obvious who the villain was going to be, which characters were going to die, what was going to happen. It's just, it was annoying how predictable it was. It was just tired.
You can sleep easy tonight knowing that it's not going to be part of the MCU canon.
Well, I think it just annoyed me even more when it ended up winning the Oscar for Best Animated Feature. That really pissed me off. Like,
Yeah.
I'm blanking at the moment, so I guess I'll search it up. Big Hero
Google!
2014.
And there's a thing called Google.
Yep.
Google.
Wow.
Animation
Never knew that was
Oscars.
a thing.
Big Hero 6 has a typical sequence where it was, hey, this is what you paid the 3D ticket price for in the chat board. Thank you, Adam.
It was in 3D. I had no idea that movie was in 3D.
It was a very easily made movie.
I remember why I was so angry, especially because 2015 was the year that the Lego movie got snubbed and didn't even get a nomination. The movie that I think undoubtedly, beyond any shadow of a doubt, should have won the animation Oscar for that year.
I will agree with you there. I will also agree with you that How to Train Your Dragon 2 deserved it more than Big Hero 6 that year.
All the How to Train Your Dragon movies were great. I gotta say, all of them were great.
I haven't seen How to Train Your Dragon 2, but I would probably agree with you. I have seen the first one. But yeah, that movie just really annoyed me, and it annoyed me even more how much people liked it and thought it was like original or something.
I didn't hate it. I thought it was okay.
But everyone loves Baymax.
Well, that's kind of the whole point of his character. Love him so much that when they inevitably kill him off.
No, that's a trope I don't like in movies either. That they just give someone.
Eric, they applied the Disney formula to a superhero movie. That's basically what they did.
We can hold Disney to a higher standard than that.
Eric's very passionate about this.
The formula works, Eric. It's worked for almost 100 years now.
That doesn't mean we can't ask for better.
That's true.
The two folks who went to school for film are now fighting about this. This is
Fight!
fight. Oh my
Get out the
God.
crowbars. Get out the crowbars.
Okay,
We can absolutely expect expect better from Disney currently. Live action remakes and all. At least we can expect originality, or I'd like to.
If you want originality, go to Marvel. They're the only original things left.
Oh, they own everything.
Let's go.
Very true.
All right, Alex, you want to go next?
I don't know if I want to, because I don't think any of you are gonna like it.
Share your opinion, damn it.
I think
Just
an
in case
overrated
you don't agree
movie.
with him, get your crowbars ready.
I think an overrated movie, to me, in my opinion, would be Solo. I thought that was a terrible movie. I thought it was a terrible movie.
I don't even think
it
that's
needed to be
overrated. I
made.
think it was just I didn't like it.
Yeah,
I thought it would be. I thought I'd rather see a Kenobi movie or a Darth Maul movie
Well, we're
than
getting
a Solo
a
movie.
TV show, so there's that.
I wouldn't even say that's overrated. I would say that was just not. I thought it was just
Ooh.
BT, what's going on?
Oh my
think it was
God.
too
So I'm
overhyped.
so sorry. So look, my friend is watching us live and he's about to rip Alex apart on Solo. He's like, how dare he? Is his favorite Star Wars movie?
Bring it on! Bring it on! Bring it on!
dude. That
Come on,
gentleman.
come on.
That gentleman needs a better taste in Star Wars movies.
I think it was
he's
just
coming
a-
out now.
Your
Look at
friend
the
must-
chat board.
Your friend
It
must
just-
really like westerns.
Look at the chat board. He's gonna rip us all apart.
I
Hey,
think it needed. I think Disney should have made a different Star Wars story, like either Darth Maul, maybe Obi-Wan Kenobi. I want to see something with Obi-Wan.
Alex Federa, you just opened a can of worms.
Good.
This entire episode is opening a can of worms.
Literally.
like I said, relationships and friendships will be tested tonight.
Look at the chat. He's like, Solo is underrated.
No, it was overrated.
I don't.
Oh
even
my God.
It was too overly
defining.
hyped. It was
Rated
too
to
overly
begin with.
hyped. It was overly hyped.
Okay, maybe I can give you credit on that. The hype.
To be fair, I just want to chime in. To be fair, no one saw it though. It was like a bomb, technically.
Yeah, that's the technicality there.
That was because everyone was salty about Last Jedi.
That's actually kind of true though.
Salty bro.
Also, it's not the original vision of the original directors. That's another thing we can release a cut on.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I had to just chime in on that, Alex. Whatever you were saying about what'd you say again? I'm sorry. What movie?
Solo.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Dirt to dirt. Sorry.
Forgot what we were talking.
What are we talking about?
Oh, you know, one of the most controversial Star Wars movies of all time, and that's saying something.
But yeah, I think they needed to make. I wish they made a different movie. Really didn't want to see anything about Solo. I really didn't care, but I'd rather see something with like other characters after the Clone Wars. Like,
We're
you
able
know,
to see the ship through.
yeah,
You do.
yeah.
Okay.
You just the next time I see my friend, he's gonna be like, "Yo, that Alex guy really made him. He's on my endangered species list at this point." Yeah, he's like, "Let's go."
Some enemies, my friend.
I'm not subscribing to his channel.
Yeah. All right, who's next?
Okay, who wants to go next?
I think it's.
I think it's Justin or Matt. I could be wrong.
It's Justin.
All right.
Thank you.
Someone's paying attention.
Thank you.
God, what was I had it in my head just shit.
Want us to go to Matt so you could take a second?
Yeah, go to Matt.
Matt. We can't hear you. Matt, we can't hear you. Nah.
He's gone mute.
Sorry, what was that?
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Okay, good. My next overrated movie is Bohemian Rhapsody, which I did enjoy, but I
Yeah, I
thought
could understand.
it was very Hollywoodized. and I especially didn't like the part of the movie where the band breaks up, which didn't happen in real life, and they focus on Freddie and his boyfriend. I just thought it didn't work.
Didn't mesh.
Yeah. And it just wasn't as entertaining as I wanted to be. I really liked what they did with the Live Aid concert, having like part of it in the beginning, part of it at the end. But overall, just an okay movie, and I don't think Rami Malek deserved the Oscar.
You said he didn't deserve it? Is that what you just said?
I don't think he didn't deserve it.
Oh,
with the hot takes tonight.
You just opened a can of worms from JT.
Dude, this whole episode is opening a can of worms.
We've been going for like over like an hour and a half of just opening worms. Oh, hour and 45 minutes. Sorry.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna chime in. I liked Bohemian Rhapsody, but I think some of the inaccuracies were
He bugged the hell out of you in the theater.
and yeah, they're actually talking about a sequel. I'm like, you can't really do that because you kind of screwed the pooch on this one.
The 8 years? Is that what you gotta do? The Paul Walker years?
And he didn't
My
get
God.
diagnosed until like 87, maybe 88.
To be fair, there's only one band movie you can make a sequel to. That's Nirvana. Just saying.
I will say, I didn't see Bohemian Rhapsody, but I know it pissed a lot of people off when it won the Oscar for Best Editing. Because I've seen a bunch of videos. It's funny. I haven't watched the movie, but I've seen a bunch of videos about the movie's editing and how bad it is.
It's absolutely horrible.
And in fact, in the chat board, my good buddy Asm was saying how Bohemian Rhapsody did not deserve the Oscar for Best Editing, as you just said that.
There you go. Yeah, I've like watched some of the videos where they just take a specific scene and like break down why the editing's not very good. Like the scene where I can't remember his name, Littlefinger from Game of Thrones, same actor, that guy, where he's like meeting with them and talking to them. And yeah, it's like just cutting back and forth between each of the members for no reason. And it just really does not hold the scene together very well.
Oh, but I will say this about Bohemian Rhapsody. If you see another music biopic that came out the next year, and of course talk about Rocket Man, I think Rocket Man was better because it doesn't take itself too seriously. Well, I think Bohemian Rhapsody kind of does take itself too seriously. I think that's one of the big flaws with the movie. Matt, I don't know if you agree or disagree with that.
I think it could have been serious and well done. It just wasn't. It never felt real enough for me.
And the inaccuracies kind of. Listen, I hate to be a stifler, but the inaccuracies really pissed me off.
Wasn't Sacha Baron Cohen supposed to play Freddie Mercury?
Yeah, he was the original choice.
That would have been entertaining.
But he didn't take the role because the story wasn't accurate.
Some drugs of it all.
I didn't know that part of it, but he was the original choice.
But I think that's the problem is, okay, folks, here's a rule of thumb. When they say based on a true story, take it with a grain of salt.
It's not going to be based on a true story.
It's going to be based on it. It's not going to be the real story, though.
Based on a story that was based on a story.
It's not like everything in this
A bunch of
movie that happened was true. Even what he had for lunch that Tuesday was real.
With Freddie Mercury once.
The way he held the sandwich.
The way he held that sandwich, and he had a Pepsi. It was at exactly 31 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, guys, I've lost my mind. I'm sorry.
It's only
okay.
10:47.
You have to
time.
lose it at midnight. You have to lose your mind.
Yes,
at midnight.
let's go.
I haven't lost my mind, and I haven't even been drinking tonight. So,
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
I want to drink.
Oh, nothing but.
Literally, Justin.
wait, what do you got there? Oh,
What is it?
Is that the Guinness from 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Okay,
All right,
Justin, have you thought of yours now?
Yeah, Justin. you want to skip your turn?
No, I had it.
Do you want me to go again?
Alex,
What am I gonna talk about? My God.
you wanted to talk about Batman and Robin.
Now that's an overrated movie.
I think it's overrated to hate, but it's so fun to laugh at.
Oh my God! What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
I still don't know to this day how it managed to get all 11% points on Rotten Tomatoes. It's amazing.
Hey, Justin,
Maybe-
remember you, me, JT, and anyone else who wants to join? We're doing a commentary on that.
Yes.
Maybe those 11 people thought it was a parody.
That's good.
Okay, so Justin, have you thought of it
That's
yet? Or
the
do you
only
wanna-
way it would work is as a parody.
Do you want me to go again?
No, let him think for a second. We'll all simultaneously do the Jeopardy theme. Don't sue us.
Dumb. He's now thinking, I'll take Bill's a dumbass for 1,000.
I think I have one.
What is it?
You're not gonna like it.
Oh, I'm not, or we're all not gonna like it.
Are we supposed to like this? This is designed to get us angry at each other.
Yeah, you're not kidding there.
I was never a fan of E.T.
Oh, really?
I completely agree with you.
Go to hell.
I haven't watched
That
it.
was a
yet.
childhood
watched it.
movie of mine.
I'm surprised we've gone this entire session without one person mentioning Spielberg.
Oh, that's true.
Here's the thing.
I love Spielberg, but I see a lot of people that like don't like a lot of his stuff.
I love Spielberg, and Bill can attest to that.
No, I can. He loves I love Spielberg too.
Jaws, one of my favorite movies.
Facts.
Lost Crusades, one of my favorite movies. Temple of Doom, underrated.
Let's go.
But E.T. the Extraterrestrial
No, overrated.
never got into. It's just
Justin, I'm on your side, whether you take it or leave it.
I've only seen it like once and I was like a kid, but it's just so the bike scene when he's flying, and of course E.T.
Phone home.
yeah, that scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Has this become a therapy session of movies that scared the shit out of us when we were kids?
E.T. was a horror movie for Justin.
It's like an old lady trying to touch you, trying to poke you.
What?
JT, I know some of the kids you work with are watching this right now.
Alex, it's like an old lady trying to touch.
Folks, I just hope none of the kids that JT works with are watching this right now.
They don't even know I have a channel. We're good.
So we're gonna keep it that way. But anyway,
We'll keep it PG-13 a little bit.
but we're at night.
Yes, we're at night.
Welcome to the Super Review Show
At night.
But anyway, no, when I first saw it when I was a little kid, kind of freaked me out too. But the ending when he goes home.
I thought that was beautiful. I cried. I didn't
Good
want him to
ending
leave.
too.
Elliot.
It's a good ending. I like it.
Right? I would have rather seen the original concept where he was an evil alien trying to take over the world.
That was the original idea.
We don't
Yeah.
need that. We have Iron Giant for that.
That's a classic.
That's a good one.
It's an
That
underrated
one had
classic.
me crying at the end.
All right. So anything to
That
say? on
Vin
ET?
Diesel can make me cry in 2 movies.
Anything else to say on ET or?
No, I think we're pretty much okay.
All right, JT, over to you, my friend. Wait, Matt, you went right. You went.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt.
Okay, he said Bohemian Rhapsody. Let's see. Woo! What do we got? It's almost 11 o'clock. We're going super long tonight. And I'm still trying to think of my next overrated film. Even though there's probably a ton of them.
Not as easy as you think.
It's really not. Man,
I've
Rocky
just-
4. No, I'm kidding. No, I was kidding. That was a
JT?
joke. That was a
JT?
joke.
JT,
That
I
was
have
a
one
joke.
JT, I have one thing to say to you. I must break you.
Exactly. That was a joke. I'm dead serious. That was a joke. That is not overrated at all. That's a classic film. That's a stone cold savage.
Definitely underrated.
It's if anything, it's a perfect film for many people. Overrated, man. I like it. Okay, since Justin kind of got me in like the 80s film thing, I'm gonna say Commando.
I haven't seen it.
I've never seen Commando.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
With
Say another
was-
one.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, Arnold's Commando. Like it's wait, no. I gotta rethink this. I take that back. I take back Commando because Justin made me realize how great a movie that is. I'm sorry.
He's standing
Let
up.
off
That's not a
some
good
He's
sign.
literally standing up on camera.
He's standing up. That's not a good
He's
sign.
standing, folks. He has legs.
Overrated. I'm not gonna say Commando, but I'm that's what my mind is thinking now. Like 80s action films that were like super cheesy, or like whether they're good but cheesy. Overrated. Jesus Christ, this is harder than I thought. This sucks. Why did we do this?
I like movies that we like, not that when they're overrated.
Overrated film. Oh my god.
You want me to go and come back to you?
No,
Want me
it's
to
okay.
go?
Actually, no, yeah, Bill, I'll come back. I'll let you know when I'm ready. Okay.
Okay,
All right,
folks,
I might have to go look at my Blu-ray collection just to see.
ladies and gentlemen, you knew this was coming.
We
No, I
did.
didn't.
Justin, Matthew,
I
and
know
Jake.
what movie you're gonna say?
Okay, what am I gonna say?
Jim Carrey's The Grinch.
I wasn't gonna say that.
You think that's overrated? Really? Wow.
Justin,
I think that's
JT,
overrated.
That is
and
not overrated.
Matthew,
Movie
you guys
sucks.
being some of my dearest friends, Alex and Eric. I've just met you guys, but you guys seem great. But you knew, if you know my taste in movies, you know my thoughts on the movie I'm about to say.
I have a feeling.
Okay, Matt, what did I say?
Wait,
I don't
go
want to
ahead.
say.
Go ahead.
Okay. I think this movie is overrated, and I somewhat can't stand it. Grease.
Yep, that's what I thought.
Yep, I agree.
And I
Y'all
agree.
knew this
I
was
agree.
coming, folks. Y'all knew this was coming.
God damn it! I knew he was gonna say that.
I just think it's cheesy as hell. And like, listen, there's some cheesy shit I actually do like, some cheesy movies, but few songs I like, but I don't know. I just didn't find it compelling.
Summer
Yeah,
love.
I agree.
I just don't. I remember people just go, "Oh my god, it's such a classic." I remember when I think I was in middle school. Someone was like obsessed with Grease, and I'm like, okay. And then I remember it was on Nick at Night one time. I watched it for like 20 minutes. And then I was flipping around. I'm like thinking, let's see if anything else is on. If nothing else is on, I'll go back to this. And then Something Better was on. So I went to go watch the Something Better. And I've seen the full movie since then. Listen, no disrespect to John Travolta, but his acting just kind of,
I mean, yeah, I agree with you.
What do you expect? It's John Travolta.
And then he got a job as being Gotti, which we will not discuss, because that was a review that you could go watch. Justin and I did that review together, and I almost ended up giving myself a stroke.
You can find that on Movie Holics Productions right here on YouTube.
Oh, Justin, you enjoyed seeing me almost kill myself watching that movie, and that was my idea to go watch it. So I guess that was my penance. God, please forgive me.
Yeah, I had to suffer with you.
We had to suffer. We had to suffer through that.
Oh,
But anyway,
boy.
yeah, I think Grease is just, and like, what's with the flying car at the end? That made no freaking sense.
They're going to heaven.
Are they
Yeah, I
dead?
thought it was obvious.
Yeah, isn't there a theory that
the
the
whole thing was a fever dream and they ended up dying in the end?
yeah, but in the what was it, a drown or a car? I can't remember. Yeah, drown.
But that's just a theory.
A film
Theory.
That was a
A
perfect
film theory. Welcome to the club, kids.
Yeah, so yeah, I think Grease is overrated. Come
I
at
think
me,
The
bro.
prom scene is one of the worst scenes I've ever seen in the movie. It went on for like 30 minutes and
What scene
there
is
was
that?
nothing funny. It's like it's in the middle. Like actually, maybe it's not prom, but they're like at some
Oh, the dance thing.
yeah, like they're in the gym. Like there's no reason for it to be there, and it goes on forever, and it's not fun. The
All
songs
right.
aren't good.
I have my movie if you guys are ready.
All right, we're ready.
Let's hear it.
Lion King.
No.
No.
I hope for your sake you mean the 2019 remake Lion King.
No, I mean that 1994 piece of shit.
Oh, you know what, guys? Everyone relax.
JT,
I knew this was coming.
JT, I don't think I can let you in my house again.
That's true.
Damn it.
I don't think my parents.
No,
like it anymore.
the whole premise just does not. Justin left. Literally,
I'm disowning you.
this movie does not make sense.
Start swinging, baby. JT, you made some enemies, my friend.
I am
Oh my god,
disowning you as
I
my son.
hate this movie so much. It literally doesn't even make sense. Okay,
How does it not make sense?
it just doesn't.
Lions don't talk. That doesn't make any sense.
Oh my god, no, but like for real, everyone's like, oh, it's like, listen, I guarantee you, one of the reasons why I hate this movie because of the hype was one of the reasons why I can't stand this piece of garbage. It's like the most overrated, over exemplified, overused, like example
Stop
by
talking,
Disney
JT.
standard right now. I hate this movie so much. I would burn Simba at the stake. All right, I literally hate it that much.
Folks, should we judge him silently or loudly? Guys, up to you. Should we judge him silently or loudly?
You know, I
Loudly.
think JT just heard Hakuna Matata one too many times and decided he hated the whole movie.
No, like it's
I think
not just like look,
Eric. I think JT has to wait to be king.
I'm sorry. Like this is like I know like you thought the Dark Knight trilogy was one thing, but this was like a whole different thing. Like
I don't know which one is gonna.
I literally I just does not like my brain can't process the story. Like I get it. Like okay, look, the other lion. I didn't even know it was,
Hamlet. There, that's the story.
It was based off of Hamlet, JT.
okay. Well, I don't like English either. So. Like help me out there. Like I don't the whole like life thing and how like it's about life, it's about family. Okay, you have my attention. Like Hakuna Matata. Like I get it. Elton John wrote it. I get it. Can You Feel the Love Tonight? It's still a great song. Like off the soundtrack, but like I cannot like the hype and the love that this movie gets is just so like overdone, over the top, over everything. I am over the Lion King. I'm not talking about the remake. I'm not talking about Simba's Pride either.
The
It
remake is
sucks.
shit.
Well, so is the
someone's
original
not feeling the
1994
love
film.
tonight.
I'm sorry.
is
What was that, Eric?
Yeah.
Well, someone's not feeling the love tonight.
Oh, okay. We're making a lot of points here. But anyway,
boy.
the Lion King, that is like the staple of the freaking Disney Renaissance. That movie is great.
No, it's not. It sucks.
Chill, Bill. Relax, please.
Chill,
I need
Bill.
you to sit down.
Chill, Bill.
I need
Maybe
you
Chill,
to
Bill.
sit
Stuff
down.
that just became legal in New York today. So, but anyway.
Bill, you're scaring me. Sit down.
I listen. I cannot get my mind around it. I'm sorry. I just can't. I'm not one of these people who's like, oh, I've never seen it and like I've seen the movie and I just don't get it.
Like what? Do you not? Do you like the songs?
Can You Feel the Love? That's pretty good. And what's the other one? Hakuna Matata? That's pretty good. You know.
Well, like what about Be Prepared and I Just Can't Wait to Be King?
Oh, that's okay.
I just can't wait to be king.
That's okay. I mean, it's like it's a little overplayed and like whenever I think of the Lion King, I think of that song and it's overplayed. What?
It's underly played.
Now, yeah, I think that's an underrated song of all those songs. But you know what? You know what I want to do now? We should do
Watch
a movie
it.
commentary. And you,
No,
and the
no.
three of us, and Justin, if you wanted, Matt, you wanted, we could just sit here and tell you why you're wrong.
No.
Eric, Justin, Matt, who'd be down for that?
Well,
As
I
the-
haven't seen Lion King in a long time, so I can't.
Okay,
say.
so
it's
Matt,
been
you get a
minute.
pardon for this one, okay?
Okay. Also, to be fair, to give you guys some credit, I have seen The Lion King twice at different stages of my life. I saw it obviously when I was a baby, and I saw it on tape, whatever. And then I saw it again. I want to say when I was about like preteen, like 12, 13-ish, right? And I saw it then, and the memories I have of it when at the time that I saw it the second time, the memories I had of it the first time was like, this is just confusing. It does not make sense to me. The whole Hamlet thing didn't come into my life until like literally Christmas 2019. My family was doing what you guys are doing to me right now. They're like, how do you not understand this? I'm like, I don't give a fuck. All right. Like, I really don't care.
I'm disowning you as my child. I am sorry.
Okay. Thank you, Dad. All right.
So Alex, Eric, Justin, if you're around, you want to all do a commentary and sit there and tell JT why he's wrong?
Yes.
Jesus.
Okay, we're
I
in.
just I really
Do
could
it
go
tomorrow.
on. I
Come on,
really
guys.
could go on for a long time about this. I
JT.
really.
And we can sit here and fry you for it.
JT,
Or you can
look
fry
at
me.
Look at
What?
the chat.
Yawn. Lion King was overrated, but Cars was great. That's actually pretty funny.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
Cars was
that
overrated.
person needs to examine their conscience.
That's my
Cars was
grandfather,
overrated.
Bill.
Oh, shit. JT's grandfather, I apologize. I don't think you need to examine your conscience. Please accept my apology. Thank you.
JT's grandfather. JT told me you were his favorite grandfather.
Let's see what he says. Yeah, Pop, you're the best.
Okay. Before we end up killing JT,
Oh my God.
who wants to go next so we can calm ourselves? Or get hyped up again over
I'll go
someone
next.
else?
I'll go next.
Okay,
Yeah, go ahead, Alex.
You might all agree with me. You might not. I don't know, because I don't know if any of you've seen this movie, these two movies or whatever. The remake of It. I think that movie's a little overrated. It's
I've only seen a
overhyped.
of
It's just not really a good movie. The first one was okay. The second part was just shit.
Yeah.
Pennywise is just. I don't like the way they had Pennywise.
I think the first movie had a decent balance of horror and comedy. And
I think
Yeah.
I could use a little more comedy on the Pennywise bits.
the second movie wasn't really that scary.
Yeah.
It really wasn't.
Which was a problem because it was constantly trying to be scary.
Like even the older movies, like the originals, they weren't even scary at all. I thought the whole thing was funny.
Oh,
I thought
yeah.
the whole thing was funny.
Do you have Prince Albert in a can?
Man,
You do? Well, you better let the poor guy out.
All right, Tim, you're done. But no, I've only seen a little bit of the remake.
I mean, I saw the first part of it. The second part I saw a quarter of it, and then I shut it off because it was to me it wasn't good.
Bill, my grandfather says you're fine. He says it's okay. It's okay, Murph. You're cool.
Thank you, Mr. Mahoney. Thank you, Mr. Mahoney.
Oh my
I've been
God,
absolved.
that's too funny. Go ahead, keep
Anything
going.
else to say about it?
Okay, Alex, did you have anything else to say about it, or
No, that was it.
that was it?
Get it? See? Get it?
Okay. Anyone have anything else to say on it?
I'm good.
On what?
On it.
On
Yeah.
what?
On it.
Get on it.
I want to know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
All right.
Don't worry about Alex.
On first?
Wait, what was that, Justin?
Who's on first?
What's on second?
1 second.
What's on second? No, who's on first? That's what I want to know.
Or it's like the band.
What band?
All right, Eric, you got anything next?
Shaun of the Dead.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I agree. I agree.
I normally do like Edgar Wright. I really like his approach to movies. He has a very unique style, and it never like compromises the movie. Like you never feel like it's all style, no substance.
Yeah,
Except
I agree.
Shaun of the Dead, I just feel like because it's trying to be a mesh of like horror and comedy, and I don't think it pulls it off very well. Like I think it would have been better if they didn't make it like if they went less serious than they did. I think they should have just went full blown comedy.
Yeah,
Like I said, I didn't see it, so I can't speak to the matter.
Is
I
Alex
saw a little bit of it.
is Alex the only one besides me who's seen it?
Oh, I've seen it.
Yeah.
Do you agree or disagree?
Well, as what seems to be a continuing theme, it seems we are once again at odds.
Hey, but we don't want to kill you like we wanted to kill JT. So
Oh, don't worry.
Chances are not as agreed
JT's got
as
more up
some
his
others
sleeve.
on this show, but I do disagree. I think that the intensity of the violence actually meshes pretty well with and actually enhances the comedy of Shaun of the Dead.
I just think that, well, I didn't find it as funny as I would have liked to. And I think part of the reason for that is they were not committing to the comedic side. Like, I didn't really find myself laughing at the movie that much. And I think that I would have if it was less serious. Like, if it was a bit more at like the zombie land level of comedy.
Yeah, I agree.
I can see where you're coming from.
Like Hot Fuzz. I love Hot Fuzz. I thought that movie was very good and very funny.
I agree.
I
And
think also though Edgar Wright was also working on what was probably a lower budget than any of the other Cornetto trilogy movies.
yeah, that is
And
true.
it was the first one, so probably smaller budget. So some of the more creative stuff they had to be more restricted on. You know.
Yeah. I don't dislike the movie. I think I can watch it. It's a decent movie. But I definitely think Hot Fuzz is a lot better.
and remember,
I have
it's all
I
for
do love Hot Fuzz. So
the greater good.
it's all about the greater good.
I've never seen The World's End though. That one is like never on TV.
it's probably the weakest of the three.
Well,
Good, but
I'll take your word for it until I see it.
I was struggling with my fourth one. Now I have to come up with a fifth. Shit.
Okay, you want to think about it?
I also haven't seen Baby Driver. Is
I
that
like
good?
That was a good one.
I really like Baby Driver.
It's a shame that Kevin Spacey had to be in it.
I was saying about this last week with JT. I can't watch House of Cards. Think about what Kevin Spacey did. You know.
They say try to separate the art from the artist, but it's kind of hard when the artist has their face plastered all over their art.
Yeah, and
Right.
it's all down in PA's pants.
I just want to say for the record, we are not making light of the subject. All right, Justin, you want to take a
I
second?
never worked on a movie with him.
Do you have something, or do you want us to go?
Give me one more person to think of a movie.
Matt?
Sure, I got one. Deadpool.
Oh,
I really hated this movie.
No.
Ooh.
I thought
Matthew,
Ryan
you
Reynolds,
just made some enemies.
Deadpool as a character is just so annoying, and
But he was
there was nothing
perfect
funny
as
about
Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds
the
was
movie.
perfect as
It's
Deadpool.
already a losing battle.
There was nothing I enjoyed about it. I just couldn't wait to end when I watched it.
So this counts for Deadpool 2 as well?
I
or-
haven't seen that, so
Ah,
If he's not
liked
like
it. I
in
feel
this
it
one,
was
he's
a
not gonna like
different
the
half-
second one.
I feel like it was a different type of comic book movie, which I really did like. And I feel like it opened the door for stuff like Logan and the R-rated cut of Justice League. So I feel like
and who knows? This Deadpool might be the reason that Disney starts making R-rated superhero movies. Like Disney, that's crazy to think about.
Oh boy.
I think it's going to be more the exception rather than the trendsetter, though.
do we have to fry Matt like we did JT?
Well, I mean, I think it honestly, it probably should be an exception because like not every superhero movie needs to be R-rated. Like R-rated works well with specific superheroes like Deadpool, Logan, Punisher. Like not every superhero movie needs it.
No.
So I'm fine with that being an exception.
Punisher was great. I loved Punisher.
So,
Okay.
and Justin, did you think of something?
I think I might have.
But Matt, you just didn't enjoy the character or anything? You found him annoying?
no, he was annoying, and I didn't find the sense of humor good. I just felt like it was like over and over breaking the fourth wall and making jokes about how it's a comic book movie, and that just gets old very fast.
Well, guess that's a matter of opinion, and I can't
Agree to
convince.
disagree.
I
We all
can't
gotta
make.
respect it. Except JT's opinion on Lion King. That one we can rip apart.
If only you knew what you have coming up next, boy.
Oh boy.
Oh, geez.
All right, Justin, you got something now?
Yep.
Okay, he's got something.
All right. This is going to sound like some blasphemy.
Begin.
Go ahead.
Independence Day.
Yeah, I agree. It was a little
It's-
overrated.
It you know what it is? It's just a fun kind of B movie type thing.
It's a product of the times. People found out, oh wow, we can make big special effects, and people will go see it and love it, and that's what they did.
Didn't care about anyone in it.
Checkmate.
I mean, Jeff Goldblum's obviously Jeff Goldblum, but like
Jeff
nothing
Goldblum.
else in it, it was just nah. I didn't care about the human characters. The aliens don't really hold up as well today. Scene kind of just the movie just kind of plateaus when they blow up the White House.
With the
Yep, that shot got everyone in their seats for the.
Yeah, and then there's like, and now what? I was like, we just blew our budget on that.
Yeah.
You probably should have thought of some other stuff to show.
yeah, I think people just look at it more than what it is. It's a fun 90s action film.
That should have been 90 minutes long.
Yeah. But you know what it makes me think of? I hate to bring like this type of stuff into it, but when Brexit was going on, like the guys who were running it kept saying, I believe this day will be our Independence Day. And when it happened, goes, today is our Independence Day. And John Oliver did a whole segment on that. And he said, like, yeah, and and they just quoted the movie, which sequel opened the same day, which features the destruction of London, which seems rather fucking appropriate right now. And then it was about one clip about, I don't know what's gonna happen now. What am I gonna tell my kids? And she goes, well, I can help you make these because this happened, and two idiots saying Nigel and Boris Nigel Farage and Boris Johnson. Two idiots named Nigel and Boris quoted President Bill Pullman from Independence Day. Your kids will totally get that. So yeah, I could kind of see it. All right. Whose turn is it? Is it JT's your turn, right?
JT's.
Oh God, is he gonna destroy? Is he gonna make us hate him again?
I don't know what could possibly be worse than Lion King.
I don't know. What could be worse than liking? I don't know. Treasure Planet sucking beyond belief.
That's not overrated. I haven't even
No.
seen it, but that's considered like
It's
I
so
love that
bad and
movie.
overrated. Jesus
It was
Christ.
such a
considered
good
underrated.
movie.
No, it's not. No, no,
It's
no,
funny.
no.
I remember
Listen.
when it came out, I really wanted to see it, but I still never have. It's been like 20 years.
It's on
Yeah.
Disney
Overrated.
Plus. You will love
Overrated,
it.
kids.
Such a good
I
movie.
don't understand like how it bombed at the box office and no one has really talked about it like ever since it was released. I don't understand. How is it overrated? Like, are you saying it deserved to bomb even less than it did?
Yes,
more
it
than
was that.
did?
I hated the animation on it. I remember, like, I didn't see it in theaters, of course, because it came out in 2002. I was like going mind boggling. Look, it was either this or Bambi. I was going back and forth, but like I was going back and forth. But
Oh, okay. If you really wanted me to hate you, you should have went with Bambi.
well, that's my next pick. But anyways,
Oh.
so like I can't like you know what? I'll scratch Treasure Planet. I'm putting Bambi in this list. Oh my god, literally, it's a fucking deer. Like
Oh, you drove Alex away.
Alex, literally, you hunt. You might as well hunt the Bambi while you're at it. Like,
That's right. That's right.
so, like, yes, you have a pistol permit. You can just hunt Bambi by yourself, right? Go into the back of the woods. So, like, I do not hate Disney by any stretch of the imagination. I really don't. But this was an overrated and unnecessary movie to make. Overrated, like sorry, it was unnecessary to make, and then when it came out, I pointless. To me, it's just pointless. Like
killing me,
it's a
JT.
deer, and then we're walking, and then we're like, oh, you know, like, and then and then the hunters come. I think I saw it like 3 times or like twice when I was really young. But like a lot of, and I'm just gonna preface whatever we talk about for the rest of the show by saying this. A lot, and I mean a lot of the 90s into early 2000s Disney's animated films up until Pixar, I just could not like, even like, I'm not kidding you. I have memories as an 8-year-old like saying, why am I watching this? I'm not kidding you. I really did just found it so stupid.
I
Like
think some traumatic event happened in JT's childhood, and like this movie was going on in the background, and he just hates the movie because of that.
no, like I remember I'm in my basement. Like I remember so clearly. I'm sitting over there. There was a giant wooden cabinet thing with a giant TV. It was probably like 2005 or 6, and I had the no, not 6, probably 2004 or 5. I had the tapes, the VHS tapes of this stuff. And my parents were like, oh, let's have them watch this. And how much? I don't know why, and I don't think it's like, I think it's less of like a my taste problem. It's more of like a my intellectual problem. I literally am critiquing movies at the age of like 10, and I should not be doing that and critiquing anything else at the age of 10. I don't know why, but like I know I listen. I have a weird childhood. I can get into a whole thing about it right now, but like I'm being totally honest when I say this. Like I'm just gonna say this as calmly and as non-aggressively as I can put this. But a lot of the 90s Disney films that we grew up on, I think are total shit. I hate to say that to you guys. I really hate that. But this is overrated movie discussions.
Total shit. Do you think Beauty and the Beast is total shit?
It's like it's the best of the bunch, to be honest. Little Mermaid was okay. Like what else came out? Snow White and the
Little
Huntsman.
Mermaid was shit.
Snow White was like the 30s.
30s, man.
Okay, I could
Bambi was
okay
the
that
40s.
regardless. Like what's the one? Cinderella. It was good. It was okay.
Also, like the 50s or 40s or whatever it was.
Right. But like what's the one? Mulan. What am I thinking of? Like Aladdin. Aladdin was okay. Yeah. I did
Mulan
not
was
like
good.
Aladdin.
I like Milan. I didn't
really-
like the second one.
I really did not like Aladdin at all, to be honest with you. It was just too like
New Aladdin was shit.
JT, look me in the eye and tell me you did not like Robin Williams as the genie.
oh god, hold on.
Oh God.
I have to do it. I have to do it, guys. Are you ready? Mr. Aladdin, sir, what will your pleasure be?
Copyright
Robin
strike.
Williams is
Shut it
overrated.
down.
What? Did he just say Robin Williams is overrated?
I'm dead sorry. I never liked him.
Shame. Shame.
He
Everyone.
literally left.
Up, see ya. Oh,
Is it Justin? Oh
We
my
might as
God.
well
We
end
got
this
two
stream right
walkouts.
now. We're about to get into a full-blown war here.
Oh my! I'm sorry. He was just like him in like what's it? A Goodwill Hunting. Like he was good in that, but like him as like he's like too quirky for me. I don't know. Whatever. Like I'm getting into the whole thing now. I don't want to get into the whole thing.
So anyway, should we wait for our friends to come back, or should we just go on?
You pick.
All right, gents. Before JT burns the freaking
Justin, you can come back now.
Okay, Justin, you can come back.
I don't know if you can hear me. This is
Yeah,
gonna
Safe
go.
to come back.
You,
All right, Alex,
you broke him. You broke Justin. He's gone.
You broke him. You broke Justin. I hope
know.
you're happy with yourself.
I'm not happy with myself. Believe
Broke
me.
Justin. Matt, what is your opinion on these events that had just occurred?
Well, I mean, I feel like all these like 90s and early 2000s anime movies, like I watched them when I was a kid and I haven't watched them since, so I don't have much of an opinion anymore.
But what do you think?
But I do
about
like
people
Robin
that-
Williams. So
He's clutching his heart.
He's clutching his not. That's not his heart. That's
That's
like,
alcohol.
that's
It's
alcohol.
booze.
Hey, you broke Justin to the bottle.
Well, he's clutching something.
What do we
Wait,
got
let
there?
me see. What is it?
Oh God.
It's
What is it?
Oh, you got Justin to the bottle. Thanks, JT.
I'm sorry. He's just
what you
overrated in my
need.
opinion.
You're a
Wait, Matt,
monster,
what were you saying about
JT.
Robin Williams? I'm sorry. We were too busy
JT, I
with
hope you
Mr.
rot in hell.
I was just saying I like
Yeah.
him and I disagree with JT. And I think one Robin Williams movie you should all watch that you likely haven't seen is World's Greatest Dad.
Oh God.
Why have I heard of that? Why have I heard
All
of
right. All in favor of voting JT off the island, please raise your hand.
By the guy who plays Pain in Hercules.
Hey, Justin. Okay, we have to do another vote. All in favor of voting JT off the island, please raise your hand. Matt?
Matt, is your
No.
hand raised?
It's not. I'm
Okay.
I'm not mad at you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Because he hates Robin Williams too.
No. He
No,
said
I
he-
like him.
Okay.
I never said I hated him.
All right,
I-
moving on.
he's
JT,
okay.
You lost it.
Watch
One
his
turn skip. You skipped your
Okay.
turn. Now, Bill, go ahead.
You fucking
Now
What?
I have. Now, okay.
Basically, JT just hates Disney. Cool.
No, I really don't. I'm not. I really okay. Like, dude,
All right,
I hate
everybody
corporate Disney.
Mute JT. Everyone, mute JT now.
Okay. Guys, mine may cause a few stirrances as well.
More than that,
I don't think
Man.
anything could beat Lion King and Robin Williams.
Yes,
Did
All
you
right.
say Robert Williams?
Robert.
If
All
I did,
right.
I didn't mean to.
Eric, since you tend to be the animation guy here,
Oh,
Eric,
Um,
I will declare a truce with you. I am declaring you the enemy of my enemy, which is my friend. So,
okay,
sure?
I just want to say, okay, I liked it. And listen, this is a movie I do not hate. I remember it fondly from my childhood, but you know what? I've just been thinking about this recently. And this is not from, this is an animated film. It's not from Disney, it's from DreamWorks. Yeah, we're going to
You-
Disney's.
you are not about to say.
Are you
what am I
saying
gonna say?
Shrek?
Yes.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
You're gonna make me leave again. You're gonna make me leave again.
The first one. The second one I think is great. I think the second one's great.
The first one was like the seed. It was
I-
the seed. Then
I
the second
like
one was
it.
like the plant.
I like it, but I will admit I think it was in DreamWorks' we're trying not to be Disney phase.
Well, at least he didn't say Monsters Inc.
Listen, I think Mike Myers is good, and Eddie Murphy, he's hit and miss. Sometimes he gets kind of annoying, but all right. Do you folks hate me now?
How could
I
you
don't wanna
not
talk to you
love
anymore.
Lord Farquaad?
Okay, he is funny.
Far
He is
forward.
funny. I'll give him that. But I don't hate this movie. I actually I actually think, thinking back at it, because I just watched another old DreamWorks film that I just recently did a review on, plug for that. Okay, because I recently for the channel I did a review of Prince of Egypt.
Yep, you did.
I like that movie.
I knew
I
it.
like that movie. That was a good movie.
And I don't know, when I was watching it, I'm just sitting there thinking, wow. Compared to what DreamWorks has become, wow. And again, Shrek 1, I do not hate.
Well, why do you not think it's as good as most people think it
Well,
is?
just thinking it back now, I don't know. I think it was basically in there. I think they were just trying to make it blatantly obvious we're not trying to be Disney. They try to make it too blatantly obvious.
Yeah,
But
they were trying to give an alternative, like
which
it's
is a good
supposed to
idea,
be
but
Disney for adults, where Disney has the whimsy and the. Go ahead, Bill.
whimsy. That's a joke between us. Eric,
So,
do you hate me yet?
well, okay. I guess it's like you're not saying you don't like the movie.
No, not at all.
So,
Like I said, do we have to go back to what I said in the beginning? Just because I think
so-
the movie's overrated doesn't mean I dislike
So-
it.
The first Shrek is for the more cynical crowd,
Yeah.
the people who
I mean, okay.
grew up with Disney but grew a cynical sense of humor.
I do get like that sentiment that it's like kind of just making fun of Disney and saying, we're not that. It's like it's kind of you see it in the intro and he's like, she waited in the tower for her true love and her true love's first kiss. Like that's ever gonna happen.
Somebody once told me. We all know that song. It's the official anthem of us 90s kids. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, but I think Shrek 2, on the other hand, I really do like Shrek 2. Because I feel like they dig more into the world a little deeper, which I think is cool.
Yeah, I love the first two Shreks.
Okay, so do you hate me now or no?
No.
I don't dislike you.
Shrek
I
2
mean-
definitely is better than Shrek 1, but I
You're a
still
cool
think Shrek 1.
guy.
What was that, Alex?
I said, you're a cool guy,
So we're not
but
going to get voted off the island?
no, you have to redeem yourself.
Okay, what do I have to do to redeem myself now?
I don't know. You got to figure that out on your own.
Okay, well, I'll think about it while you guys are going on your
Okay.
on your next one. Eric, over to you. Oh, Alex,
Oh.
over to you. Whoever, over
Wait.
to you.
Okay, I'll go. I'll go.
Wait.
Okay,
Uh,
rock, paper,
ow.
scissors for it, okay?
Ah. All right. Let me go out.
Took you that long to tell me that you want to go? Okay, just go.
Mary Poppins.
Yep,
Ooh.
I agree. I agree.
I have
If you're
tried.
watching this, I'm sorry, but yeah, it's true. It is a little
I have
overrated.
tried multiple times to get through that movie, and I don't like I really don't like the songs.
They were shit, and then the second one was shit. It was all shit.
I don't like the songs, and I don't find the plot very engaging.
Because the plot is very kind of simple, though.
Well, I just didn't find it very interesting. Which I mean, normally that kind of stuff, like the bits where they like travel into the world of animation, and those parts are cool, but I don't know. I really don't know why I don't like that movie so much. Like besides the fact that I don't really like the songs. I don't know. I really don't know why I don't like that movie.
You don't even like the songs by the late great Sherman Brothers. Well, no, one of them's still alive. Whoops.
It's probably the one movie that I don't like the Sherman Brothers songs because I normally love them.
What about it? So you don't like the song "Feed the Birds"?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm trying to think of what song you're talking about. I don't even remember.
It's the song when they're telling them about when Mary's telling them about the cathedral and there's a woman who feeds the birds.
I don't remember how it goes. I like sing a bit of it.
I don't want to get hit with copyright, so
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, you're on YouTube right now, so yeah, you make sure you copyright.
You don't need to do that.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
You're on to a great start, Bill.
I don't know.
Okay, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but
just
I wasn't the biggest fan of it.
never was able to get into it.
Okay, I guess that's fair. Alex, over to you.
Okay, I gotta say, the movie I wish they didn't make, I think it was a little overrated, was Incredibles 2.
Ooh,
I didn't like
That's
it.
a good one. That's a good
I kind of
one.
agree.
I really didn't like it. Wasn't really about the Incredibles. It was only about
Mrs.
what's her
Incredible.
name? No, it
Elastigirl.
wasn't even
Elastigirl.
Elastigirl. Yeah, it was only really about her. It wasn't really about the whole family because you only saw Elastigirl. So if you wanted to make a movie like that, make Elastigirl, not Incredibles 2.
That is actually one thing I disagree with because I felt like the plot did offer a good challenge for Bob's character, especially since it was so apparent in the last movie that he was pretty like disconnected from his kids. I thought that was actually a very good direction to take him in. I just really don't. It kind of falls into a lot of those formulas that Disney is known for, like the twist villain, which was super obvious. And also the story doesn't really the story surrounding the villain doesn't really make a lot of sense either. Like she wants to keep the supers illegal, yet she's like helping her brother to make them not illegal. Like I don't get it.
It was all part of her plan to get them all in that ship and videotape them doing all these horrible things because they were, what do you call it? God, I can't think of the name of it. They were hypnotized with those glasses.
I also just thought that the movie got a bit like lazy at times. Like during the climax, there's a part where the movie just like forgets that Mr. Incredible has super strength. Like he can't move these like pipes or whatever it is, and he asks like this other guy to do it for him. Like, did they just forget in the last movie when the giant robot was trying to crush him and he was literally lifting it up?
Yeah,
like that was something.
Probably.
But yeah, that's a good choice. Incredibles 2.
Anyone else got anything to say? Everyone's been quiet.
I kind of agree with you because I just felt like they could have gone a different direction. I kind of agree with Alex actually on this one.
So you're starting to, earn back my respect. So, there you go. Keep it up.
In your good graces now. Do I have to kiss the ring yet?
No.
Okay. Because here's the thing. I just wish, because they kind of just picked it up from where they were last time. What could it have been like in the future? What could it have been like as Violet if she's in college or something like that? What could have been like your Dash as a teenager? What could have been like that? They had just such a good opportunity to show what happened years later, but instead they just like go right back to
especially since it was like years, like it's been years since they
that was probably the
original one was made.
Factor to that reaction, because I agree with you. I would rather have seen a bit further into the future, a little bit of a different direction, instead of them kind of going back to that status quo. For what we got, I didn't think what we got was bad per se. Like, yeah, villain was weak and stuff like that, but the stuff with Jack was very, very creative.
That was funny. That all of it was funny. But
That annoyed the hell out of me. I thought that way overstayed its welcome.
because I was at least thinking like with the voice casting with like what's his face Dash, I'm like thinking, okay, well the actor who played him in the original one, his voice has changed. You probably can't get him. So you might as well just go years later, probably with him with his voice change, or just get someone completely different. Or the execs at Pixar and Disney were thinking like, oh, let's just do the same thing. But what about the guy who voiced Dash? He can't do it anymore. His voice is probably like in the basement now.
Was Dash voiced by a boy or a girl?
I don't know. Internet! Wait, in the first one or second one?
First one.
Guess what? The internet exists.
It does.
Yeah, that's why we're all on it.
Played by the second one.
Okay, I'm looking this up right now. Thank
Yeah, me
God.
too.
Because I know Nemo was recasted between Nemo and Dory. That's another movie that could be on this list.
Ooh, we'll get to that if we get to that. Where's the cast list?
I got it. The person who played Dash was Spencer Fox in the first Incredibles.
He's now a musician.
And let's see, Incredibles 2. Let's see who played him in Incredibles 2. Mm-hmm. Some other kid, some guy named Huck Milner.
So they did recast. Okay.
Yeah.
Because they're taking it back from when he's like 10, but again, yeah, so okay, who's next? Does it matter, Justin? I keep forgetting.
I actually do have one now.
All right.
Bring it
Wow.
Christmas, guys.
What was that?
Bring it back to Christmas, you guys.
Oh, come on.
Don't
it's
say
almost
elf. You
Easter.
say elf, I'll walk out this door and never walk back in.
God damn it.
It was Elf.
It's Elf.
I agree with you.
I agree too.
Sorry. Goodbye. I'm sorry.
Make that 4.
Why? Elf
Eric-
is my favorite Christmas movie.
Remember what I said earlier about Will Ferrell movies being hit and miss to me?
Mm-hmm.
This one just missed me.
Come on.
Okay, I will say it's not like one of those movies that people are like, if you hate this movie, we will run you out of town with our pitchforks and torches.
Speak for yourself, Bill.
JT, Justin, please don't tell them where I live. Please don't tell Eric where I live.
You can find Bill at the current location
Bill.
of.
I'm right behind you.
Oh, are you? Okay, I think
Well, no, unless you look.
Is it safe to come back in the room?
Well,
No.
No, we're still talking about Elf.
I think it is kind of.
It's just
There's so many good quotes.
I'm not
Hey, JT, I'm not a big fan of
I
this
get a good
Justin
chuckle.
kid.
Ferrell's just being Will Ferrell. I'm not a fan.
But sometimes Will Ferrell being Will Ferrell works, and I think it works especially well in the context of this movie
Maybe.
because it's about Christmas spirit. Will Ferrell can do that very well.
Yes, but it's still Will Ferrell.
So what?
I guess Justin is not the biggest
I'm
fan
still
of Mr.
Alex.
Farrell.
You're still Justin. And he's still Will Ferrell.
Don't make me chime in.
If
And he's still
ever,
JT.
if ever there was a movie where Will Ferrell's man-child persona would work, it's Elf. It's
I
like the
know. But
it's
there's something about Will Ferrell that when he's just doing his Will Ferrell thing, it's like nails on a chalkboard to me.
I can kind of agree with
Okay,
both.
just skip Justin. I don't want to hear this anymore. Matt, go. I don't want to hear this kid anymore. Keep going. Move on.
JT, you have anything to say on this matter, or you're just gonna blow up?
Don't talk to me about Talladega Nights.
All right, Bill, you're in my good graces. Okay, you're good. He's in the. Just move on. Move on.
Okay, Matt,
What are
over
we
to
talking
you.
about? Okay.
Before we start a war.
My next overrated. I do like this movie, but it's overrated in my opinion, and that is Wonder Woman.
Okay, yeah, I could. I
really-
understand that. I don't like.
I
it.
really like Gal Gadot in the lead role. I think she's great, but the movie itself is just kind of a standard origin story with a terrible villain. And I don't think it's as good as people make it out to be.
I agree.
All right, Justin, you got anything to say on that?
Be careful what you say, Justin.
Third act is where it kind of falters a bit. So I will agree there.
Villain is kind of bland and all, and I like the movie, but I think the villain is kind of
Didn't
bland.
need Ares in the movie. The allegory of Ares would have worked well enough, and I'm sure they could have still done the Steve Trevor sacrificing himself for the greater good thing. But the rest of the movie I still think is pretty phenomenal. The No Man's Land scene is going to go down in history as one of the great superhero sequences of our time. But I will agree that the third act does unravel a bit.
I liked the movie besides the third act, which I think most people agree is not that great. Although one other thing that did annoy me,
In Wonder Woman movies.
I would say the thing that probably annoyed me the most about the movie is they use slow-mo way too much in that movie.
Zack Snyder was a producer, so.
Yep. It shows. Yeah, we really needed to zoom in on that CGI bullet flying in slow-mo across to the Themyscira.
Yeah, we definitely need to see that 20 times.
All that was missing was Korn playing Freak on a Leash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyone
like
else
the
got
mo-
anything to say about it?
Like the first 2/3.
Yeah, I kind of agree. The third act is kind of like Wonder Woman 84. I kind of liked, but I do think Max Lord was just weird. But
Once again, kind of falls apart in the third act, and
I just wish we got more Kirsten Stewart though.
That whole movie
Yeah.
is kind of a mess, and it's all because of that stupid MacGuffin. And it's like, its rules don't make any sense, and it is the sole reason that nothing in that movie makes sense.
yeah. Although I'll say this as a screenwriter, when you're making an all-powerful MacGuffin and you're making all these rules, it is so easy to get lost in those rules. So easy.
It's also important to remember that when you're making a prequel, you can't give your superhero powers that they never used in the other movies that take place in the present, like being able to turn things invisible or fly.
She flew in Justice League, didn't she?
Did she?
I forget.
I don't know.
I know she definitely didn't fly in BVS.
Oh, she did some.
For a superhero, she's not very
I'm looking
wonderful.
this up because I'm pretty sure she can fly.
Well, yeah, she can fly, but until, if I remember correctly, until Wonder Woman 1984, she was never shown to be flying. But then again,
I didn't realize she did fly. I thought she just could jump really high or whatnot.
We got really off topic talking about this, didn't we?
Yeah, we kind of did. That's okay.
JT's over here reading his tweets.
Yeah. Ironic.
Gotta love Twitter. Hey, the potato cut's gonna happen apparently, so that's great.
Potato cut is coming. It's
Let's
coming.
go.
Wait, what?
So apparently people are retweeting it. It's hysterical.
Holy shit.
Are
Well, I'm checking right now. That's what I'm checking.
Oh my god.
The potato cut's coming.
So someone get John Lasseter to retweet this, and we're all set.
Isn't
swear
John
to
Lasseter in like hiding right now?
Oh, I have no
Yeah.
idea. Let me check.
I feel like he got like, didn't he have like a sexual assault case or something?
I have
Oh
no
my
idea,
god.
dude.
Yeah, John Lasseter he's no longer at Pixar.
He got in trouble for something.
Well, let's see how many tweets it has. Hold on, or how many like notifications or whatever. Only 10 impressions. All right, we're doing great, guys.
Okay.
Why did John Lasseter have to do it?
You know, it's funny. He directed Cars, which I didn't know until like recently, which is pretty funny.
This was known as the Lasseter maneuver. Yeah.
Oh, you know what, guys? We kind of want to go to midnight, so
Yeah,
we're going around. Here's what I'm thinking about doing, if that's okay with you, JT.
Sure. What's up?
Let's just do a popcorn thing here. Anybody? No order. No order. Anyone who wants to go, go. Whoever doesn't. Anybody have any other overrated movie or anyone?
Let's see.
How about the? I don't know if any of you agree. I don't know if any of you have seen it. Probably have seen it. I don't know. It's been out for a while now. The Beauty and the Beast.
The original or the remake?
The new one, the remake. I really wasn't a huge
okay.
fan of it.
I thought it
I
was
wasn't really a huge fan of it. I mean, I did like the cartoon, but I really didn't like the newer one.
Emma Watson's auto tune was really distracting.
Oh.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say her looks were distracting, Eric.
Well, that too, but it's probably a good thing she turned down La La Land to be in Beauty and the Beast. I don't think it would have got as many Oscar noms. Which, fun fact, apparently Emma Stone also turned down being in Beauty and the Beast to be in La La Land.
So you got one. So you lose one Emma and get another Emma.
All
only
right.
Only one of them won an Oscar.
Actually, I think La La Land would be on my list for overrated movies.
Really?
I saw it in the theaters. I thought it was okay. I basically just forgot it right afterwards.
Yeah, it wasn't
It's a real shame too.
I like the songs though. I do like the songs.
I loved Whiplash too, so I was really
Yeah,
looking
Whiplash is
forward to-
great.
I was really looking forward to seeing what Damien Chappelle did next, and yeah, I constantly forget La La Land is even a movie.
You know, I think I'm kind of in that boat too. I liked it. Don't get me wrong, I really liked it, but I think the songs are. I think Pasiak and Paul are really good. They're the guys who wrote the songs. They also did
The Greatest Showman,
which I think is overrated. Actually, Greatest Showman is overrated. I don't know if anyone agrees or disagrees.
I'll agree with
I
that.
watched it.
Don't say that to my girlfriend. She would not like that.
Girlfriend hates me already, so
She loves The Greatest Showman, which I did like.
I
It
already
was
pissed
pretty
her off with
good.
Hocus Pocus, and I know she's a Jets and Cowboys fan because I remember she commented on one previous video.
Yep.
So I'm not in her good graces right now.
Nope,
You know-
you're really pissing her off.
I think I remember La La Land more for the whole debacle at the Oscars when they said it won Best Picture, but then it didn't, and it was actually Moonlight.
That was great.
I think I remember it more for that than the actual movie.
And yeah, I will say, but Greatest Showman, I think that's overrated. Sorry, JT. I like the songs.
what are you sorry for?
I know you
I
like
think
it.
my
I know you like
favorite
it.
I thought it was
song-
okay.
I
I
like
think
the
my-
songs. Like again, I like Pasiak and Paul.
Hugh Jackman was good in it.
Yeah, he was.
I think one of my favorite songs was like the opening song, like as soon as right in the beginning, that opening song, and then at the ending, the last couple minutes of the ending of the movie. I thought that was a really good song.
I think my favorite one from Greatest Showman. My favorite song is the it's called The Other Side.
I've got friends on the
Not
other
that
side.
one. We got friends on the other side.
Okay, I think I have another one.
Okay.
I'm gonna make enemies on this one.
We'll make it quick.
I don't think The Matrix is all that.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
I haven't seen it.
Matrix, anyone?
Much as I agree with you,
Too
Justin,
Corey, it's too.
you are still not in my good graces.
Oh,
The
but
first Matrix was the best. The last two weren't all that.
Yeah, I even the first one didn't do it for me. It was like, yeah, it actually was cool for its time, but like, it's just
All right, Justin.
Chuck Goldens.
I heard people write like masters and doctoral theses on The Matrix.
Yeah, and I don't get it.
Me neither.
Well, that's because you didn't understand the movie.
No, I don't know the movie. I just think it's full of it.
Now, you can dislike it if you want.
I got another one.
What do you got?
I love The Matrix, though. I love
I don't know.
Keanu Reeves.
I don't know if anybody remembers this. Zero Dark 30.
I haven't seen it.
I saw that.
I'll agree with you.
It's all right.
Just thought it was really.
For some reason, I thought you said Gravity for a second. For some reason.
I just thought it was a bunch of. I don't know. I just found it too long. And everybody just went nuts over it. And I'm like,
I felt that way about. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No.
I felt that way about The Hurt Locker, which was it's the same director, Catherine Bigelow.
Movie.
I saw that when I was in high school, but I barely remember it. Yeah, I saw that in one of my classes for high school, but I barely remember it.
Yeah, all I remember of that movie is Jeremy Renner taking off his clothes to defuse a bomb.
Oh Jesus!
If that's the most thing you remember. Yeah, but I just thought Zero Dark 30 was kind of boring.
Yeah.
And
I saw it once. It's all right. Nothing truly outstanding about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm sorry for monopolizing the conversation, folks. I really am.
You're fine.
But I just thought of another one.
Oh,
What do you got?
jeez.
I think The Sound of Music is overrated. There. Take
Thank
that, music
you.
nerds. I said it.
Finally, someone said it.
Okay. One, it's freaking 3 hours long.
You know, Alex, of all the classics that you might have seen, I didn't think Sound of Music would be one of them.
Yep, I've seen it.
Just didn't
I've
seem like
seen
the
it.
kind of movie you'd watch.
Exactly. I watched a little bit of it and I said goodbye.
That probably explains why you don't like it.
No, because I remember, and this is from personal experience. When I was younger, so much younger than today, yeah, Beatles reference. I watched that movie when I was in elementary school. Like every time for music class, we watched that fucking movie. It just made me want to grow and hate it and hate it and hate it.
You're scaring me, Bill. Please just stop that.
Nah, I'm fine. I'm cool. And I haven't even been drinking tonight, so.
Oh, you should have seen the other week.
Yeah, you should. Oh, come on. That was St. Pat / my birthday. What was I supposed to do?
You have a point there.
I was celebrating my birthday and honoring our patron saint, Patrick, by getting trashed. But anyway, yeah, I think it's schmaltzy. I think the songs are just cheesy. Like, no disrespect to Rodgers and Hammerstein, but
Yeah.
I just and plus it's like 12 hours long. Well, literally, you know what I meant. It's like 3 hours, I think.
I'm fact checking right now.
We're fact checking that.
The Sound
You know,
of Music. It is 2 hours and 55 minutes.
Okay, it was 5 minutes off.
You're okay.
you know, I will say pretty much all of the like World War II related stuff in the movie was unnecessary. I know this because when I was in film school, we actually watched it and our professor skipped over all the stuff that was World War II related.
A lot of it's untrue, actually. A lot of it's
And-
dramatized.
Well, watching it without all the World War II stuff, I thought, okay, that was very cohesive and I could follow it perfectly. And I didn't think anything else needed to be added there. And then I watched it again with all the World War II stuff. And I was like, well, I mean, okay. That didn't necessarily need to be there, but I guess it's fine.
A lot of it was actually dramatized, too. Because I actually watched the it was actually a documentary about the Von Trapp family.
Mhm.
And they went in, they actually told the real story about what happened, and the documentary was actually more interesting than the film. All right, guys. So sorry
Well-
we burnt you all out for 3 hours.
Literally
3
exactly
hours?
3 hours. We just passed the 3 hour mark.
But you know what?
Bill?
I think tonight was fun. We got to be cathartic and release
Yeah,
and get some shit off our chest.
Not kidding.
now we know we've made some enemies, we've made some friends, but mostly enemies.
Yeah, I've made one.
Justin.
He's sitting at the other end of this call, right all the way down there.
Who, Matt or JT?
Justin.
Oh,
You know what? I was waiting for JT to really sync himself with like saying hunchback or something.
Oh my God. No, I would never.
No.
Bill, you know
I'll
I
save that
wouldn't.
for underrated.
I know.
Okay, guys. So
all right.
thanks
Well,
for coming,
listen.
folks.
I want to thank the fine, despite whatever our opinions are. It doesn't matter what we say, it matters what you say. Please jump down to the comment section below. Share your overrated movies out of the hundreds and if not thousands we talked about tonight. Share your overrated opinions. We'd love to hear what you have to say. I want to thank Bill. I want to thank Alex. I want to thank Eric. I want to thank Matt. And I want to thank Justin. Thanks for bringing out the whiskey, by the way. For all of you to joining us tonight for our wonderful, super mega packed, overrated movie discussion. Okay, gentlemen, if we can do this again, we definitely should. I'm
I
not
just
sure
wanna
how
say-
we're winning. Yeah, what's that, Bill?
I just want to say,
Yes, go ahead.
just the last 2 weeks. Last week we talked about overrated TV shows. Today we talked about overrated movies. Next week we start going from overrated to underrated.
Yes, that's correct.
So,
I'd be interested in that.
so starting next week,
Oh,
we're
I
gonna
have
go
some ideas for that already.
for
Good.
underrated TV show. Wait, are we doing TV shows or movies?
Underrated TV shows is next week, and the following week is going to be underrated movies. So we did overrated TV shows and overrated movies. Next week will be underrated TV shows and then underrated movies. That's how
You guys
we're
wanna come
JT, I
back
would
for
really
another
like to be a
movie?
part of the underrated TV shows.
call out of
I'd
work.
really like to. I could do that, but nah, I can't do
But
that.
yeah, I
Well-
hate to if it's okay with you, JT. Gentlemen, if you guys want to come back for underrated movies,
Please do.
Will gladly.
No matter how much you roasted me tonight, I'd love to have you back.
yeah, because we had some fun tonight, guys.
We had we had a lot of fun. Seriously, I got tired the last hour there. I was doing like some stuff on the side, but like for our channel and whatnot. And tomorrow you can look for a couple movie reviews because tomorrow's April Fool's Day, and that's not a joke. Thank you so much for watching this video.
Now.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, and wait, Bill, you forgot to do the most important part of the show.
What most important part of the show?
I thought you had a podcast that you plug all the time.
Okay, I was
You
going
can
to
do
go
it.
through without plugging it, but check out the Sports Insanity, my podcast, Sports Insanity Podcast. We are on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. Please check it out. And also tomorrow on our Facebook page, we are doing an opening day live stream. So that's going to be fun. Hopefully it's not going to be
I
like
forgot. Baseball season starts tomorrow, right?
Yeah, opening day
Yep.
for baseball is tomorrow. So that's
13
great.
hours from now, first pitch, baby.
Let's go. It's already
who's
tomorrow
playing the
because it's
Yankees?
12:01.
Let's go, Yanks.
Who are they playing? Who are they playing?
Blue Jays.
The Blue Jays.
Okay, that's gonna be a good game.
Cool.
And Garrett Cole's on my fantasy team, so come on, Garrett.
Let's
Let's
go.
Oh my
good
God,
game.
I have Garrett Cole too. Garrett
Oh
Cole's on
my
mine.
God, so cool.
And I got Aaron Judge too.
Yeah, I got late. Oh, you know what? Maybe we should end this stream so I can, so people don't hear about our fantasy.
No one wants to hear about your fantasy. What are you talking about anyways? Thank you so much for watching, guys. You guys are the greatest. Sound off in the comment section below.
Next week, overrated fantasy players.
Exactly. Cool. All right. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. You guys are the best.